Oskaloosa Indians basketball action is on the air.
Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxfort's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug. And now, live Oskaloosa basketball action
on the No Coast Network.
And welcome live, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fairfield High School Gymnasium, where the Fairfield Trojans host the Oskaloosa Indians in a doubleheader, girls and boys, here this evening. This is our first doubleheader of the season on the No Coast Network, and the first time the boys on the Oskaloosa side will be taking the floor. Of course, a very intriguing season coming up for the Indian boys. 15-9 last season, and a lot of high expectations, losing just one of their top 8 in the rotation. And of course, the superstar of the recruiting class of 2020, Xavier Foster, and he is along with a fellow out of the 2019 class in Cole Henry, and then, of course, 2018 class, Jared Cruz. Those three guys are going to be leading the Indians all season long, and we're excited to see what they do against the Fairfield team, in which they defeated by a very large margin last season at home. The first time that these two teams are playing in this building in a couple of years, but last year, a 43-point victory for Oskaloosa, an 84-41 win at home to start their season a year ago. So we'll see if they can do that in the second half, the nightcap of our doubleheader here this evening. But first, it is J.C. White, first-year head coach, and her Oskaloosa Indians, fresh off of an impressive first game, despite it being a loss, just 48-43. They lost by 5 points, but were down by 22, battled back in the fourth quarter, and got a very nice game out of Mary Nelson, who finished with 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting, and also went 4 for 5 from behind the arc. That is going to be a big story. Can that continue? Not necessarily at an 80% clip for Nelson, but having any deep threat is an upgrade from where Oskaloosa has been the last few years in terms of the deep ball. Last year, Oskaloosa basketball players on the girls' side shot 173 three-pointers, but only made 34 of them for a 19.7% from downtown, and they only shot at 33.7% from the rest of the floor as a whole. So for Oskaloosa, just having somebody that can stretch the floor, maybe make some of those deep balls, that is going to be able to give Oskaloosa an opportunity to stick in some of these games with that long ball as well. But if you're looking for Oskaloosa to win a lot of games this season, you might have to be a little patient. Coach J.C. White is playing a younger core. In fact, her entire rotation that she's been sticking with early on this season doesn't involve a senior. So for the most part, this is going to be a fun team to watch as they progress game by game. Even just watching the JV team earlier tonight in a hard-fought battle, they did end up losing by 20, but just watching them move the ball up the floor with a press break, it's going to be definitely an interesting season to watch the girls and their progression throughout the year. We'll have plenty to talk about with them as the broadcast continues, as they are warming up. We're about 11 minutes away from the opening tap. We're excited to bring it to you. The Oskaloosa Indians on the road to face Fairfield, and we'll be back after a break right here on the No Coast Network.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue-bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know your mouth wants you to. Do the Dew.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Back here live at the Fairfield High School Gymnasium. Emery Songer with you for our first broadcast of the basketball season. The Indians facing the Trojans of Fairfield. Let's get our girls game is going to be first, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk all about it right here real quick for you. These two teams rebuilding programs from last year and beyond. Oskaloosa having to find a way to replace that 1,000-point score for her career in Alexis Westerkamp, and of course she left her mark on Oskaloosa plenty in the record books, averaging 15 points a game last season, and they're going to have to look for a way to replace that. Did get some really nice production out of Mary Nelson at 17 points in their first matchup this season, and that's one thing that we'll be watching for definitely throughout this contest is how much Mary Nelson gets the ball. Usage rate's going to be very interesting, and Westerkamp had an abnormally high usage rate for Oskaloosa last year, so having to replace her numbers and of course two other starters from last year's team as well, and Shalandra Schilling and Leah Van Mon and Caitlin Smith also one of the players that was first off the bench for Oskaloosa. So plenty of seniors they had to replace. Mary Nelson last year saw enough of the floor to score just 16 points in 22 games. So having the 17 points in her first game, she's already done better than that. And as mentioned, she is a deep threat, can make the three ball, and that's going to be something that we'll be paying attention to tonight. As for Fairfield, they were coached up until last year by Mick Flattery. Flattery's actually flipped over to the boys' side for the 2017-18 season, so we'll see him in action coaching tonight with the boys team. But for the Fairfield girls, last year they had a large senior class. They lost 6 seniors: Sammy Fritz, Kylie Kurtz, Michaela Lunsford, Brooke McLean, 4 of their top 5 scorers and starters, along with Nicole Book, who is back for her senior season this year, but they are all gone. They all graduated. So you could even go a little bit deeper than that to Brenna Bowman. She also graduated, and then that leaves Ashley Bloomquist, who's going to jump up to be likely the number 2 scorer for this team this season. Shaylin Drish also was in double figures in their first matchup, which was a 54-28 win over Iowa City Liberty in their first matchup here on this gymnasium last Tuesday. So Book had 17 points in their first matchup, a 54-28 win as mentioned. She averaged 17 a game last year, so that is not something that is a fluke by any means one way or the other, so we'll have to see how she continues to develop. She's also a pest defensively. They like to run a full court press, and she gets a lot of steals. She had 6 steals in their first matchup, and she does a very good job of getting her teammates involved, as does Ashley Bloomquist. They are a team that likes to move the basketball, so new head coach Brian Witzenberg has his team looking like they want to try to improve on what people think they're going to do this season. Of course, last year they went 8-0 in the Southeast Conference, 16-6 overall. I don't think anybody's got those projections for them this year after losing so many seniors, but for the most part, this is going to be a team that's going to be difficult for Oskaloosa to match up with, at least from what is returning, and that is Nicole Book, and we'll see exactly what she's going to bring to the table along with the Trojans here tonight. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups and the opening tap as Oskaloosa on the road to face Fairfield right here on the No Coast Network.
Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin. Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Thank you. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities. Where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success. Where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
The Oskaloosa Indians and Fairfield Trojans getting set for a non-conference doubleheader on the hardwood. Our first broadcast of the season. The winter sports, we appreciate you for joining us. And as the two teams are continuing to warm up, let's remind you that every Wednesday night, tune in for South by South Central. We'll highlight programs on the basketball floor as well as the wrestling mat for all 24 of our area schools. That is going to be around 5:15 on 104.9 KBOE as well as KBOEradio.com, and of course around 5:05 on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN and RadioKMZN.com. A fun show Brian Myers and I put on as we talk to area coaches about their programs and let you know what's happening around the South Central Iowa region. In this ball game, Fairfield not quite in our listening area, but close enough for us to care about them and to pay close attention to what they're doing. And this Southeast Conference is going to be interesting for them this year. Not a lot of strength in the girls basketball programs. And as mentioned, they went 8-0 rather in their 8 conference games, as there's only 5 teams in this Southeast Conference: Fairfield, Washington, Mount Pleasant, and Fort Madison. As we get the teams to the benches, the two head coaches' last words. Both teams' 6 seniors lost from last year, and Oskaloosa looking for what would still be an upset here on the road against Fairfield after nearly coming from 22 points down to defeat Centerville in their opener last Tuesday. These two teams also will be in action this Friday. Mount Pleasant is going to be hosting Fairfield coming up on Friday, and then Oskaloosa will be getting their home opener against Pella Christian in Little Hawkeye Conference play. Let's go ahead and take a listen into our Star Single banner. Sparksville banner, and of course that means we are getting set for action here in Fairfield. The Oskaloosa Indians, of course, bringing a good crowd on hand, and we are up here along with the Fairfield crowd on this end. And Fairfield, as mentioned, 1-0 on the girls' side, as Oskaloosa is 0-1. Both teams with their second matchup, and both boys' teams making their season debuts tonight. A very exciting time for Oskaloosa and their boys' basketball team, which is currently sitting in the stands getting set for their matchup. As we see the starting lineup, first for Oskaloosa, Lindsay Holmberg going to be introduced first. She will be joined by a fantastic young sophomore, Mary Nelson, who as a freshman was on the varsity team, didn't play a ton, had 17 points in her first matchup this season against Centerville. As Emma Kelderman, a couple of years off of basketball, back in the program for head coach J.C. White this year. She is going to get the start, a junior, after a very solid volleyball season for her. She's going to be joined by Ashley Drost, Jr., and then Marley Denberger, of course. She also has come back from last year. She's just a junior and has a lot of skills in that low post. And the lights dim down as Fairfield is going to get their starters announced. The crowd coming to its feet. Always fun for a student athlete to have the support. Shaylin Drish, a sophomore, scored 11 points in the first matchup they've had this season against Iowa City Liberty. Nicole Book, 4-year letter winner, just starting her senior campaign. She is going to be a difference maker, of course, all season long. Ashley Bloomquist, also 11 points in the first game this season for the Trojans. Another senior, Ashton Drish, a veteran off this team. And Mallory Jones will round out the 5 for the Trojans in white uniforms, trimmed in black and orange. Black numbers on the front and the back. Fairfield in block lettering on the front. Oskaloosa wearing their road maroon uniforms, trimmed in white and gray. They have the white numbers on the front and the back, including Oskaloosa across the chest as well. Oskaloosa comes in, as mentioned, 0-1 this season off of a 2-20 year a year ago, and certainly would like to do better than their previous meeting against these Trojans, which was early on last season on Tuesday, the 29th of November at home. 63-22, Fairfield got the win, but as mentioned, that was a loaded Fairfield team, and they are really without most of their difference makers outside of Nicole Book. We're getting set to go. The referees have the ball. We're going to the middle, and it is going to be Jones along with Denberger jumping it up, and eventually it'll be Jones getting it to Bloomquist. And here are the Trojans in the offensive half going from shooting at our left hoop, we should say, as she loses the ball, does Book. Stolen by Nelson. Nelson goes all the way. Book strips her, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay down here with Oskaloosa. So a good start for Oskaloosa defensively. Not only is it a steal and a turnover, but it was Nelson. A lot of high hopes for her, taking it away from Nicole Book, who's been one of the area's best players the last 4 years. Running out of time is Holmberg, and she's not going to get it in. Somebody's got to come back to the basketball and give her an angle, and that's a bad turnover for Oskaloosa after the steal cannot get it inbounded. Book hustles into the front court over to Bloomquist on the left wing. Down low, working on the post is Book. Looked for the hook shot, instead kicks it out. Here is Shaylin Drish, and then going down the lane and missing the shot is Bloomquist. Long rebound, still battling for it, and eventually Book is going to come down with it. Looked like Holmberg nearly had it, as Book's going to take a long-range left wing 3 and knock it down. And that's what you want to see if you're Fairfield, is Nicole Book taking plenty of shots. There's a bad pass and stolen away and laid up and in by Ashton Drish. It's a bad turnover for Oskaloosa on the pass from Kelderman. As mentioned, Kelderman has not played basketball the last 2 seasons, as here comes Drost, rather. Nelson from the free throw line banks it home. Ashley Drost, also new to the varsity team this year, a junior. As going baseline, Bloomquist cut off nicely by Denberger. Mid-range jumper for Jones, no good. Denberger picks up the rebound. Needs help, gets it to Holmberg. Holmberg's going to be the chief ball handler this season. Ball is kind of rolling around, nobody going for it. Denberger does pick it up, running out of time to get it across the timeline. They do to Kelderman. Kelderman, not a strong pass, but Dross saves her, and then Book will poke it out of bounds. Book has long arms and quick hands. On the regular, you're going to be seeing Nicole Book poke away entry passes and shots. She did have 6 steals in their opener last week. Again, Holmberg looking to inbound it, tosses it in over the outstretched arm of Book, but eventually it's going to be stolen away by Shaylin Drish. And she gets it ahead to Book. Book runs into Kelderman, and that's a good move. Kelderman's feet were shuffling, and Book able to draw the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. This season, she's 4 for 4 at the line. Last year, 76% at the stripe, and got there almost as much as anybody on the team. Sammy Fritz got there one more time than she did, 118 times to 117, as she makes the first. Always good to have a natural scorer. Also a good distributor in Nicole Book on your team. It's 2 for 2 here. She stays perfect on the season. It is 7-2 in favor of Fairfield to start this ball game. Holmberg against the press, gets it ahead to Dross. Dross puts it on the deck, nearly has it taken away, and it's going to be a jump ball as she's held up by Ashton Drish. It'll stay with Oskaloosa on the possession arrow. Kelderman to inbound, gets it to Holmberg, and she's about to be trapped at the top. Book knocked it off of her leg and out of bounds. 4 quick turnovers, and Coach J.C. White is going to immediately insert Kaylee Johnson, a freshman, into the Oskaloosa lineup. And she will be replacing Ashley Drost. 6 minutes to go here, first quarter. The clock actually was frozen for a second, got it to work. Here's Bloomquist on the left wing, guarded by Nelson. Oski will run a lot of man-to-man defense as the entry pass, not a good one, but stolen away by Denberger. Here comes Holmberg, tries, and as she stepped through, she's going to be called for a traveling violation. Turnovers have been a bugaboo for Oskaloosa in recent years, and this game starting is no different. Not easy against a full court press if you're relying on just 1 or 2 players in the backcourt. And you got the sure-handed passing. The JV team did a very nice job against a press, obviously against junior varsity players, but we saw a lot of ball movement as they attempted to break the press each and every time down the floor. A couple of substitutions in for Fairfield, including Cara Jeffrey, who kicks it back out to Bloomquist. Almost got it back, but it's going to be taken away by Holmberg. Holmberg racing down the floor and airmails Kelderman, who couldn't quite time up the fast break, and Oskaloosa gives it right back. There is a lot of energy defensively for Oskaloosa, which is nice to see. They've had a lot of energy before, but especially off of turnovers, you're wanting to try to limit how many points your opponent is going to score on that. Good team defense helping on the screen roll. Here's Bloomquist from way downtown, no good, well off, and it's going to be rebounded by Nelson, and she's going to be tied up, and it'll stay down here with the Trojans. And the sophomore will learn that you got to get rid of that basketball a little bit quicker or start getting on the move. Inbound pass comes in to Destiny Gridley. A sophomore getting some run here. Here's Book, steps inside the arc. Mid-range jump shot, left it a little short. Takes an odd bounce off the bottom of the backboard. Rebounded by Jeffrey. Couldn't get it to go, and it's going to go out of bounds to Oskaloosa. The Indians hanging in there, down by just 5, 7-2, but offensively haven't gotten many shots toward the hoop. Holmberg trapped, got to do something with it. Gets it to Kelderman. Kelderman lobs it through the hands of Jeffrey, or pardon, Kaylee Johnson. And the 7th turnover for the Indians in the first 4+ minutes, rather. 4:40 to go in the first quarter, 7-2 Fairfield. Book trying to take Kelderman off the dribble, instead he'll kick it out. Here is Jeffrey. Kicks out Bloomquist. She'll take a 3. Toes on the stripe. That's long. Rebounded by Nelson, who gets it to Denberger. Again, struggles to get it up the floor as Holmberg has 3 white jerseys watching here. Got to lob it forward. Got to do something with it. Running out of time, and it'll be a 10-second violation? No. Oskaloosa called timeout prior to that, and the Indians will take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:22 to go. But Coach J.C. White, we talked to her before the season, and she said we are going to have some things that we have to work on and hopefully get better at as the season wears on. She did tell me she's going to keep it pretty tight in terms of her rotation. Only saw a total of 5 players score in their matchup against Centerville last week. And if you're an Oskaloosa fan, you just want to see some improvement from these young players. A couple of seniors on the roster, neither of which saw the floor. That's Kinsey Cook and Jory Vandenberg. Neither saw the floor in their matchup against Centerville. As this is poked away from behind, they're going to call a foul. And it is going to be on Jeffrey, her first. Reaching in on Holmberg as she tried to again split the defense. 4:20 left here in the first quarter. 7-2, Fairfield the lead. Oskaloosa is dodging bullet after bullet here as Denberger gets the inbound pass. Faces up and gets it to Kelderman, back to Holmberg. This is a very active Fairfield defense. You can see that right now under Coach Witzenberg. Here's a kick out. Nelson has it knocked away by Book, but she gets it back. Out to the top and then to the high post. Denberger puts it on the deck, goes toward the hoop, and they're going to say no shot as she laid it in. She was fouled on the floor. And this time they're going to get Destiny Gridley. So the second foul on the Trojans. 4 minutes left here in the first. 5-point lead, 7-2. Inbound. This has been a trouble spot for Oskaloosa thus far. Not a lot of energy here. And again, Holmberg nowhere to go with it, and another 5-second call. There's just too much standing around if you're an Oskaloosa player. You have to start really trying to get yourself open, and if the immediate play is not open, find an open space. It's Gridley wide open left wing. A little long on the three-point shot, but it takes a generous bounce for Fairfield off the fingertips of Oskaloosa and Kaylee Johnson, and it goes out of bounds and it'll stay down here with the Trojans. 2 5-second calls, several other turnovers in the backcourt, and 8 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Not a good ratio for Oskaloosa thus far. Looking to inbound is Drish, and she'll find her sister, Shaylin. Over to Gridley. Guarded well outside the arc by Johnson. She'll lob it over to Ashton Drish, goes baseline, runs out of real estate, finds Book, but she's going to get called for a traveling violation as she did a little hop before she launched the ball. That's 4 turnovers for Fairfield, and this is not the same clean Fairfield team we saw last year. This team a little bit different, as you can imagine, after losing 6 seniors, all of which were major contributors to last year's 16-6 ball club. There's going to be a reach-in foul. Who's going to be? Book. You live and die with that press. You can get a lot of steals from it, and Book has done that throughout her career. But you also can get called for a lot of fouls as well, and they already have 3 team fouls here. Very aggressive defense. Here's Kelderman, puts it on the deck, goes over to the left corner. Lost the handle initially, but got it over to Johnson, out to Nelson. Nelson going to get called for a travel herself, as she looked like she wanted to pass it to Holmberg down near the block, thought better of it, and as she did that, took an additional step. Book and Gridley will exit. Bloomquist is back in, as is Mallory Jones. Fairfield has the basketball with 3:15 to go. Here's a catch and shoot from Shaylin Drish, off the mark. Nice rebound, pulled down, though, by Cara Jeffrey, her second offensive board of the first quarter. Entry pass, Johnson tried to deny Jones, but instead will get called for a foul. For Johnson, that's her first, team second. 3:08 to go here in the first quarter, still 7-2, Fairfield the lead. Drish to inbound from underneath the basket, that's Jones. And nice pass to Bloomquist, who lays it in. Second assist for Jones. And it's 9-2 now. Nelson has it knocked away, and that's going to be stolen away by Drish. Laid up by Shaylin Drish. And there's another quick and easy basket for Fairfield after a turnover trying to break the press. Here's Kelderman, and she's going to get called for a traveling violation. So there is 10 turnovers in the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds for the Indians. Book is going to come back in, replacing Jeffrey. Good energy from her off the bench. 11-2. And again, Oskaloosa with 10 turnovers has not gotten a lot of looks at the basket. Wide open is Bloomquist in the left wing for 3, and this one banks in. Here's Holmberg, lobs it ahead to Denberger across the timeline, gets it back to Holmberg. This is a nice little break. Holmberg goes off glass, little strong, tries to get her own rebound, still loose on the deck. Kelderman diving after it. Good effort there by Emma Kelderman, forcing the jump ball, and it'll stay with the Indians. 14-2, our score. Any time, especially in this game so far, that Oskaloosa is able to get a shot up to the basket, as Holmberg again underneath the hoop, can't find anybody and launches it in and finds Johnson. Those Baseline out of bounds play is going to need to be worked on as Holmberg's had a hard time finding anyone open. Holmberg will put it on the deck. Mid-range jump shot left it short, and it'll go out of bounds, but they'll say it was partially blocked, and it'll stay down here with Oskaloosa. Book will get credit for the block. 14-2 with 2:10 to go. Holmberg lobs it in again. This time Book will get her long arm on it and get the steal. Quickly the other way, Book finding a slashing Shea Drish, and Oski wants time. Oskaloosa trailing 16-2. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on the No Coast Network.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
For over 30 years, printing has been leading in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff.
Fairfield the lead. Oskaloosa was hanging right in there at 7-2 for a long time, but the turnovers have just been too much. High volume. 11 turnovers so far in the first 6 minutes. Coach J.C. White is trying different things, but some of the things that you can immediately say need to be fixed. The baseline out of bounds have been really sketchy. There have been 4 or 5 times that Lindsey Holmberg has nearly gotten called for a 5-second call. And 2 times she did get called for a 5-second call trying to get the ball in bounds. Just not a lot of options coming out of that baseline out of bounds. And, of course, the press of Fairfield, especially the long arms of Nicole Book and the 2 Drish sisters getting their fair share of steals as well. Kelderman 2 inbound out of the timeout, and Book pokes it away again and gets the steal. And then rotated back inside. Shot is missed. Johnson is going to be able to get the rebound for Oskaloosa. And then launch it ahead to Kelderman, who will cross the timeline. Oskaloosa drops it off. Here's Drost. Lost the handle. And Denberger battling for it. Keeping it in bounds on a nice steal that time is Shea Drish ahead to Book, who finishes. Good all-around play there by Shea Drish. Didn't look like that ball was going to stay in bounds. Kelderman again fires it in to Johnson, and she's going to get it across midcourt. Tries to find Denberger, poked away and saved by Mallory Jones. And this looks like a retro Fairfield versus Oskaloosa game as Book misses the long 3. Rebound on the weak side and eventually taken away by Drost. That's nicely done as Shea Drish got the rebound, and then Drost will pick up the steal. Quickly the other way, here is Kelderman, but Book comes right back at her and is able to steal it from underneath her nose. Quickly ahead and then a foul as Ashton Drish went to the hoop, and it looks like Johnson's going to get called for the shooting foul. Second foul on Johnson. It'll be 2 free throws for Ashton Drish, who this season yet to attempt a foul shot. Last year, Drish did not see any varsity action. Jillian Jennings entering for the first time. She got a good run in that first game, scoring a couple of free throws and went 1 for 1 from the field. In and out on the free throw. Holmberg triple teamed, has it knocked away. And then they're going to say over and back, although it just went out of bounds. Either way, it's still a turnover. 18-2, the score remains. 45 seconds in a first quarter. Oskaloosa would like to forget. As mentioned, the last few years, Fairfield has done exactly this as Mallory Jones inside the 3-point arc hits the long 2. Her first points of the game. And they pull off the press, at least until they get to three-quarter court. Holmberg. Again, 3 players right there waiting for her on a trap. Gets it over to Nelson, who's back in the game. Holmberg to Denberger, high post, shoots the 15-footer a little long. Rebound to Ashton Drish. Drish slicing and dicing all the way through the Oskaloosa defense as they're trying to run to get back. The only one back is Holmberg, and she's forced to commit a foul. For Holmberg, that's number 1. 4th team foul for Oskaloosa. And a couple of free throws here, once again by Ashton Drish. First one up, and this one no good. 0 for 3 so far as Kelderman will come in and grab Jennings for this last possession. 10.9 seconds to go. 20-2. Fairfield the lead. Oskaloosa's committed 15 first quarter turnovers. Second free throw is good here by Drish. And Oskaloosa's got 11 seconds to do something with it. Holmberg, crossover, lobs it, poked away. Jones will get credit for the steal. Quickly ahead, here's Drish on a pass from Mook, and that'll end the first quarter. A quarter you'd like to forget if you're Oskaloosa. 16 first quarter turnovers, and you trail it 23-2. We'll take a short break and be back with the second quarter after this on the No Coast Network.
Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet. For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Mir and Cheeto or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Just getting underway in the second quarter with Fairfield a 21-point lead, 23-2. One made basket, that was by Mary Nelson, and 16 first quarter turnovers for Oskaloosa. Not where they wanted to go with it, as this is going to be a missed shot by Jones, rebound by Denberger. And Oskaloosa trap, and I believe they're going to get a traveling violation on Nelson, although she was hit by a couple of different players in that particular exchange. No love from the officiating crew. She's rewarded with a travel violation. Here is Fairfield. Nice spin move by Book, but she's going to get called for steps as she couldn't get rid of it before that second foot hit the ground. That's the 6th turnover for Fairfield, which a pretty average number. Their first 4 minutes were a little sloppy, but right now they'll take what they can get. Is this a bad pass from Kelderman? She retrieves it, and she's going to be fouled in the backcourt. Her hustle's been there. You got to remember, Kelderman, number 5 for Oskaloosa. She's a junior. This is her first high school basketball action. She has not played basketball at any level for the last 2 years. The foul was on Mallory Jones. Foul number 4 for Fairfield. First on Jones. Holmberg well outside the arc by the midcourt sign. Looking to try to set something up. Gets it over to Nelson. Nelson pestered by Book. Gets it over to Kelderman. Tries to find it in the post to Denberger. Faces up. There are 2 players right there waiting for her. Nelson pickpocketed by Book. Book, 4 steals already, pulls up mid-range, no good, and the rebound on the weak side will be chased down by Holmberg, who tries to slice through the defense. Eventually, Kelderman's got it. She's going to go all the way before getting it poked away from behind. Still 23-2. Nelson will take a seat. Drost back in. Holmberg again looking on the out-of-bounds play. Lobs it into Kelderman. Johnson finds Holmberg, top of the key. Over to Kelderman. Gets it to Drost. Top of the key. Denberger just inside the arc. In and out. The rebound still loose, and eventually Bloomquist, the player who takes it, ahead to Book. Oh, nice little Euro step around the defender and lays it in. 9 in the first half so far for Nicole Book. Holmberg dribbles it up. High post. Denberger looks around, gets it to Holmberg, slashes in, has it blocked, and it's knocked out of bounds. And it'll go back to Fairfield. Cara Jeffrey got her hand on the initial shot. 6:18 to go, second quarter, 25-2. And Fairfield having their way, both offensively and defensively, especially on the defensive side, forcing 18 Oskaloosa turnovers already in just 10 minutes of game. Nice entry pass leading to a wide open layup shot by Jones, no good. Denberger the rebound, and she's fouled immediately by Mallory Jones. who picks up her second and the team's fifth. The press no longer on from Coach Brian Witzenberg, allowing his team to kind of settle into a defensive zone in the half court. As Denberger poked away again by Book, just too lackadaisical with it. Book, her fifth steal already, goes all the way, gets the rebound, no good, and Denberger gets the miss eventually and clears out. Denberger found Holmberg, lost the dribble momentarily, and now will push it across the timeline with 5:37 to go in the second quarter. The Indians still just sitting on 2 points. Johnson pestered again at the top of this zone. Holmberg, mid-ranger, no good. And the rebound to Destiny Gridley. A little baseball pass over the wrong shoulder of Book, and it'll go out of bounds. She would have led her the opposite direction. That might have led to a layup. But you can see Fairfield playing nice and loose right now with a 25-2 lead. Their defense just pestering Oskaloosa, and they just cannot buy a made basket. High post again. Here is Denberger. They leave her all alone for that 15-footer, but again, just cannot get one to go. Gridley, another rebound. Here's Drish to Book, cutting in, and they're going to call a foul on Denberger. Looked like she was trying to go straight up. Would have gotten a block, but instead it's going to be a foul. Her first. Book back to the line, 2 for 2 in this game, and has not missed one so far this year, 6 for 6. First one on the way. That one was short all the way, no good. Jennings back in for Oski, the freshman. Jones will exit, as will Denberger for Oskaloosa, as Ashton Drish enters for Jones. On the Fairfield side of things, Book does make the second, 3 for 4 from the line, and she's in double figures with 10. 26-2. Holmberg will jog it up the floor for the Indians. High post, here's Jennings. Jennings, nice find to Kelderman with the left hand, no good. Dross the rebound, tries to go back up with it, blocked partially by Gridley. And going the other way now, and good hustle back by Holmberg to knock it out of bounds and keep it right here with the Trojans. Ashton Drish along the baseline to inbound. It's all about effort at this point for Oskaloosa. Down by 24 points. They were down by 22 to Centerville and came all the way back and only lost by 5. But you don't want to dig into these kind of holes. As there's a little hook shot by Drish, no good, and it's going to be Kaylee Johnson, the freshman, on a rebound. A couple of freshmen out there for Oskaloosa. As here's Holmberg, again pestered by Gridley and Drish, and Gridley looks like he's going to pick up the foul. For Gridley, that's number 2. And that's the 6th foul. Any other fouls will be 1-and-1s for Oskaloosa in this first half. But they have not been able to score from any point on the floor so far. Here's Holmberg before she gets into the teeth of that zone. Jennings back out to Johnson. Gets it to Kelderman, tries to go baseline. Tough shot underneath the basket, no good. And the rebound, and then a jump ball. Good job. As Jeffrey got the rebound, good job by Holmberg. She's not the type to ever quit. She is a basketball player through and through. Head coach J.C. White was talking to me before the game, said she's been to every open gym working on as much as she can. She really wants to help take this team to the next level. She finds Nelson on the inbound. She'll drive to the right, be cut off by several players in this zone defense, tripped up, and it'll be a blocking foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. Should be a 1-and-1, as Jones will pick up the foul. And that's number 3 on her. 4:20 left in the second period. 26-2. And Nelson, who's got Oskaloosa's only basket, goes to the free throw line for the Indians' first 2 foul shots of this game. The front of the 1-and-1 is good. Ends a long scoring drought. Nelson last season was just 3 for 6 from the line. Went 1 for 2 from the stripe in the season opener against Centerville. A little short on this one. And the rebound pulled down by Jones, who stays out there with 3 fouls. Bloomquist on the left wing. Gets it eventually down on the block to Jones, a kick out. Jeffrey steps inside the arc, no good. The rebound, just reaching up and snatching it out of the air, was Drish. And then they're going to call Jennings after she got the rebound for a traveling violation. Coach White trying to ask why there wasn't contact called. But her freshman called for a travel violation after she got the rebound. Bloomquist outside to Jones, over to Shea Drish. Top of the key, searching, finds Ashton Drish. She gets by Johnson and runs into Holmberg. They're going to call a jump ball, and it'll stay with Fairfield on the possession arrow. And a rough shot play here in the second quarter. Only 3 points scored for Fairfield in this quarter as there's an inbound pass to Jones, no good, and Jennings again clears out the rebound. Holmberg again trying to slalom her way through a trio of defenders. Here's Kelderman, probably an ill-advised pass, and it's going to be taken away by Jeffrey. Fairfield will settle it down with Bloomquist walking it across midcourt. Drish goes baseline on Johnson. Tough shot again with the offhand. Jennings gets another rebound. The freshman active on the glass here. Here is Kelderman all the way down the floor, just too strong off the glass in a tough angle. And Jones the rebound. Lead pass just a little too long. Looking for Drish, cutting down the right side of the floor. And it goes back to Oskaloosa, and Book re-enters trying to restore some level of order to this matchup. In almost 5 minutes of play here in this second quarter, as Nelson lost the handle immediately again, and it's going to be taken away by Drish. Bloomquist kicks it out. Open look for Drish. Long, and Denberger the rebound. Ahead to Nelson. Nelson spins off of Book. Nice find to Kelderman. Couple of defenders arrived late. No good. Kelderman gets it back and will draw the foul. They're trying. They just can't find a way to get it in the hole. A total of 4 points between the two teams have been scored in 5 minutes and 8 seconds of this second quarter. So Kelderman will go to the free throw line. She was 1 for 2 against Centerville. As mentioned, the lefty, no basketball the last 2 years. A little long on this one. The foul was on Bloomquist, her first, 8th team foul, but it was in the act of shooting, so Kelderman gets a pair. Kelderman second, again long, and the rebound to Jones. Book fires a nice pass, leading Drish right to the hole. 4 assists for Book as well. Nice catch behind her by Holmberg, but then she launches it out of bounds, as on the press break, she was looking for Denberger. Sloppy basketball here, 23 first half turnovers, with 2:37 to go in the second quarter, still yet to play. That's tough. Blair Bowman, a junior, in for the first time for Fairfield. As Book working on Drost. Gets it to Bloomquist. Guarded by Nelson. Top of the key, rotated over to Shea Drish. Back to Book. Book, jab step, now goes by Drost all the way to the hole. To the basket with the right hand. Little scoop, 30-3. She's got 12. Nelson, Holmberg, Denberger. Back to Holmberg. To Nelson. Over to Denberger. Denberger goes to the baseline, pulls up from 8, no good. Jennings is there, leaves it short on the follow. She is all over the place, just cannot figure out how to put it in the basket. Quickly ahead to Book, this time from Shea Drish. 14 for Book, and timeout Oskaloosa will take one with them. 1:48 to go second quarter. It's getting ugly, 32-3, all Fairfield. Take a quick break here on the No Coast Network.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
This first half is one that you hope to gain something out of if you're Oskaloosa.
Years.
But trailing 32-3 and having committed a total of 23 turnovers by my count so far. Yes, this Fairfield team likes to turn you over. They like to try to capitalize on those mistakes, but they haven't played a super clean half either. But Coach J.C. White and her young team. We haven't seen a senior enter the games. Kinsey Cook and Jory Vandenberg. Vandenberg hasn't been out for basketball the last couple of years. Cook used sparingly at the varsity level last year as a junior. In fact, did not score at the varsity level. But this is going to be a lot of young players getting plenty of run for this Oskaloosa team all season long, and they're just going to have to figure this out. And Coach J.C. White going to try to help them do that. As Holmberg guarded closely, gets it over to Nelson. Pestered again by Book. Nelson drives all the way, loses the handle, gets it back over to Denberger, and she is fouled on the shot. 32-3. When we get into the second half, if this gets to 35 or above, it will go to the running clock outside of fouls and timeouts. And Mallory Jones is going to get called for the foul, and that's 4 on her. With still a minute and a half to go as Denberger makes the first foul shot, her first point of the game. And Oskaloosa hasn't made a basket in this quarter. Jennings exits, Kelderman back in. You got to like Jillian Jennings, though. The effort she's been putting in on the glass. She's going after it. As rounded out, no good. And the rebound to Cara Jeffrey just checked back in. 32-4 now. Here's Book, left wing, and she'll fire it. That was to the left. The rebound contested, and it'll be a jump ball to Oskaloosa. Getting her hands in there was Ashley Drost for Oskaloosa to get the Indians the basketball. So, learning process. Coach White knows that this is going to be a process from start to finish this season. Looking ahead to future years as here's Kelderman. Nice cut and gets the lay-in to go. The first basket for Oskaloosa here in this quarter on a nice feed from Nelson. Book pulls up for 3 on the outside. No good. Right at the top of the key. Kelderman chases down a long rebound and will dribble it up the floor. You can tell she's got some basketball skills. Now, she has a year, 2 years really, to get them working at the highest level as Bloomquist catches the wild shot off the glass. Book, nice bounce pass across the lane to Shea Drish. Couldn't get it to go, and will get called for a travel as she pulls down the basketball. On the rebound, Ashton Drish comes back in. She'll replace Blair Bowman. 32-6, 35.1 left in the first half. Holmberg walks it up. Now jogs it up for the Indians. Again, double teamed in the middle of the floor. Over to Nelson, trapping zone. Drost, about 15 feet away, left it short. Kelderman on the offensive glass, no good. And then the rebound on her shot to Ashton Drish. Quickly ahead, easy one for Book. Coming from Shea Drish. And they're playing a fun brand of basketball, able to play it in the open floors. It's 34-6, quickly ahead. Here's Nelson. She'll step into a 3 at the end of the quarter. No good. It'll go out of bounds at the horn, and that'll be the end of the half. 34-6, a half Oskaloosa needs to learn some things from. But as it stands right now, trailing by 28 points. Again, Fairfield 34, Oskaloosa 6. We'll take a break, come back with a halftime show after this right here on the No Coast Network.
There's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew. you know your mouth wants you to. Do the do.
Dreams start early. Illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
At the half, it is Oskaloosa trailing Fairfield in girls basketball 34-6. The two teams combined for just 15 points in that second quarter after Fairfield put up 23-2 in that first quarter. And the stats, the only ones you really need to know are turnovers. Oskaloosa, by my count, which of course is unofficial, but I have 23 turnovers that Oskaloosa has committed in the first half. Mary Nelson leads the way, just 3 points. Emma Kelderman has 2, and Marley Denberger has 1. Denberger leads the way with 5 rebounds for the Indians. On the other side, though, for Fairfield, Coach Brian Witzenberg, his team does what they've done in the past. They ball hawk, use that full court pressure to generate turnovers, generate some sloppy play by the opposition, especially one that isn't necessarily super refined yet. As mentioned, although players like Holmberg and Denberger have played multiple years at the varsity level, it is a little bit different. First-year head coach trying some different ideas, and everyone else around them is new to the varsity level, especially players like Mary Nelson, who they will rely on heavily this year, just a sophomore. We saw Emma Kelderman, a junior, a lot of good energy from her, but she hasn't played basketball for the last couple of years, so it'll take her a few weeks to really get it going once again, but we can see that she does have some raw basketball ability. And also players that are coming off the bench like Jillian Jennings, who I was actually very impressed with, and another freshman, Kaylee Johnson, trying to work them into things. Ashley Drost, the junior, as well, trying to get some work. But for the most part, if you're an Oskaloosa basketball fan, what you're looking for is just progress, consistent progress throughout the season. And this is a tough one to watch right now, trailing by a score of 34-6 after one half of play. You've only made 2 field goals, Kelderman on a layup and Nelson a mid-range jump shot. Other than that, a couple of free throws, that is it. On the other side, Nicole Book leads the way with 16 points for Fairfield. No surprise there. She also has 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals. A couple of steals each also by Shaylin Drish, Ashton Drish, and Mallory Jones. Jones is playing with 4 fouls as she picked up quite a few toward the end of that second quarter. 7 points for Ashton Drish as well. Cara Jeffrey leads the Trojans off the bench with 4 rebounds, 4 assists each for Book and Shay Drish. For Oskaloosa, we'll see what they have coming back here in the second half, but for right now, the score stands at Fairfield 34 and Oskaloosa 6. You're listening live to us on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN and RadioKMZN.com with a live video stream, as well as MCG Channel 7. We'll be back after another break with the second half of action right after this on the No Coast Network.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important, and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin. Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Thank you. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
34-6, Fairfield leading Oskaloosa in girls basketball. The second half about to begin about a minute and a half from now. Of course, the nightcap, the second game of our double dip tonight. The Oskaloosa boys, plenty of expectations for a team that won 15 games a year ago. And they needed to replace just one player, Jack Moore, from their rotation. The highly touted Xavier Foster and Cole Henry, along with senior Jared Cruz. And other seniors like Tanner DeCock, Spencer Tucker, players like Orion Yates. We'll be seeing plenty of them all season long, and they'll have their season opener after this one here in Fairfield tonight. But for the time being, the Oskaloosa girls looking to try to improve in the second half of this one. 23 first half turnovers, not good. I don't need to be the one to tell you that. For the Oskaloosa defense, for the most part, not too bad. They did force 9 turnovers, did get a few steals. Really, the biggest problem defensively was when they turned the ball over, couldn't get back fast enough, but they are scrappy. Players like Holmberg, Emma Kelderman, Jillian Jennings, they were all getting in there, digging out the ball. And that's what you're going to want to see, a lot of effort. It's so easy to pack it in when you're trailing by 28 points at the half, but remember, against Centerville, this is the same squad 1 week ago that was down by 22 points to the Big Reds, or the Redettes, I should say, and came back and made a game of it late, 48-43. Coach J.C. White said if there was another minute left on that clock, she felt like her team would have been able to come all the way back and maybe win that game. So this team does have a lot of fight in it, battling late. And whether or not winning this game is the question. I think it's just about seeing improvement. A lot of times this season, although you're going to hope to see this team be competitive and win some games, it's about constant improvement, feeling every single game you played a little bit better than the last. Because if that happens, Oskaloosa brings this entire group of rotation players back next year. So that sets them up nicely to try to have a good year next year as well. So this year, very important, not only to try to compete, learn things under new head coach J.C. White, but also to do some improvement for the future as well. As Fairfield has the ball to start things off here, third quarter, shooting at a right basket in their white uniforms. Down on the post, here's Mallory Jones playing with 4 fouls. Little hook shot, gets it to go. 4 points for her. Bloomquist on the entry feed, and a 36-6 lead. Here's Nelson, gets away from Bloomquist, shoots the 3, hits. Mary Nelson went 4 for 5 from downtown in the first game of the year, as this is dumped in. No good. Drish, long rebound, still rolling around, and eventually Shea Drish will pick it up. Drish right wing, attacks underneath to Jones. Good defense by Denberger, forces the miss and gets the rebound. 6 boards for Denberger in the game. Holmberg into the front court for Oskaloosa. 7:05 left in the third. 36-9. Book still pestering Holmberg with those long arms. Here's Nelson, out by the Trojan in the middle of the floor. Gets it to Kelderman. Kelderman puts it on the deck, got her defender beat, leaves it for Denberger, who steps in for a long 2, no good. Long rebound to Nelson. Here is Holmberg, drives in, left that one short, and the rebound to Ashton Drish. Lobs it ahead, Jones, lost the handle, and they're gonna say it goes to Oskaloosa, although it appeared that it may have hit the hand of Denberger. Officially didn't have a good angle on it. Kelderman exits Jillian Jennings. Jennings is just a freshman, but you can tell she's got a knack for basketball as well as she continues to learn. Biggest problem for Oskaloosa, taking care of the basketball and finding a way to put it in the hole. Holmberg pestered again by Book, being guarded closely, and there's a 5-second call. Got to pass the ball, or you got to get rid of that defender. Getting rid of Book is not an easy thing to do. Somebody's got to screen her off, or Holmberg's got to find someone to pass the ball to, but the 5 seconds of closely guarded called. A high school rule. And here come the Trojans again. Here is Drish. Slices in among 3 Indians and is fouled as she goes to the hoop. We'll see who the foul's called on. 36-9 is the score. Ashley Drost will get the foul call, just number 1 for her. Oskaloosa did a good job of staying out of foul trouble. As friendly roll for Drish makes the first. Shea Drish, the younger of the 2. Ashton is senior. Shea is a sophomore. Second one is up, in and out. Denberger the rebound. Holmberg will walk it across the line. Book again, guarding her closely, and the count is on. And timeout. 30-second timeout called by Coach J.C. White. And she's talking to some of her other players saying you have to come help Lindsay out. 24 turnovers, 5:55 left in the third quarter, and it's a 37-9 game. Nelson leads the way with 6 of the 9 Oskaloosa points, including a 3-point field goal. Other than that, though, for Oskaloosa, the offense has not been there. The only other player with a made field goal is Emma Kelderman. We mentioned it wasn't very close when these 2 teams met last year either. 63-22. And Fairfield might get to 63. Oskaloosa is going to have to do some work to get to 22 based on what we've seen so far offensively. Inbound coming from Nelson. Gets it to Holmberg. Holmberg gets rid of Book initially, but is trying to set up a play for the offense. Has it knocked away. Gets it back. Now drives to the right. Tries to get some separation and will leave it for Mary Nelson. Nelson inside the paint. Drost does a good job of fighting for it and gets it back for the Indians. Outside the 3-point arc, Denberger just kind of standing there, showing the basketball, drops it into Drost. She faces up, and her pass is wide of the mark, taken away by Book. He goes all the way for the right-handed layup. 30-point advantage here for the Trojans. And Book, so feisty, read the passing lane perfectly there. As here's Nelson. Nelson leaves it for Holmberg. She's got a 15-footer open, can't get the roll. Drost in the middle of everything, can't quite get it to go. And Jeffrey gets her 5th rebound. Quickly ahead is Jones, kicks it out. Book wide open on the left wing. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Nicole Book, and she's got 21. And it's 42-9. Holmberg over to Nelson, guarded by Bloomquist. Down on the post to Drost. Finds Denberger, who leaves this shot short and a little fadeaway. And then a nice offensive rebound by Drost. She's working hard down there, trying to at least get a body on somebody. And she is fouled on the putback attempt, and she'll have a couple of shots. Cara Jeffrey picks up number 2. First team foul, but it is a shooting foul. And Drost to the line to shoot a pair. Drost did not have a free throw attempt in the first game. This is the first one for her this year. And that's just off the back iron. Substitutions coming in. Kelderman enters for Jennings. Bloomquist exits for Destiny Gridley. Drost at the line. And this one again just hair long. And it'll be Gridley on the rebound. Pushes it ahead. Book with the right hand again. 44-9, and that will trigger the running clock until Oskaloosa gets it within 25 points as Holmberg blocked by Jeffrey, and then a jump ball will keep it here. That's a good job by Holmberg to fight for the loose ball. Second block of the game for Jeffrey. Drost exits. Kaylee Johnson back in. Shaylin Drish back in, replacing Ashton Drish. 4:08 to go third quarter, and the clock continues to run. Entry pass to Denberger. Nice find from Holmberg. Denberger's first made basket of this game. Here's Shay Drish left wing. Left that one short, and the rebound to Holmberg. She's looking to push it ahead. Book guarding someone else now, so it's Shay Drish on her. Here's Nelson, pump fake. She'll put it on the deck. About a 10-foot floater for Mary Nelson. Good. Quickly ahead come Fairfield. Book, top of the key, gets Kelderman in the air. Easy little 8-foot floater. Can't get it to fall, however. Trying to save it was Johnson. Eventually rebounded by Drish. Book misses the long three. And here comes Johnson after she gets the rebound. Kelderman up and under, no good. And the rebound taken by Book. And leaves it for Gridley nicely. Her first two. 5 assists now for Book. 3 minutes left third quarter, and still all Fairfield 46-13 as the pace quickens for both sides. And there's going to be a foul hitting the wrist of Nelson on the pass from Holmberg. Is Cara Jeffrey. Three fouls now for Cara Jeffrey. Ava Vanderwall makes her first appearance of the matchup, replacing Kelderman. You won't see this too often. Coach White go beyond her rotation as the inbound pass stolen by Book and an easy right-handed layup. She's got 7 steals now. So she's got 13 steals in the first 7 quarters of play this year. She is a defensive pest. Oskaloosa's doing a much better job this half getting shots up, but this one poked away by Jones. Quickly ahead, Book finds Jones on the run. Nice find and feed. Accurate passing by Book. Padding those stats, and a full timeout for Oskaloosa. 50-13. It is all Fairfield. Still 2 minutes left third quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on the No Coast Network.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities. Where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success. Where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots. Proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
As a broadcaster, you're always looking for positives, and in this game, the positives for Oskaloosa are going to be coming from an effort standpoint, especially in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Who stuck with it? Who was trying their best to try to keep this game flowing in a positive direction for Oskaloosa? Now, trailing 50-13, it's not pretty on the scoreboard, especially when you have 26 turnovers by my count, and the shooting percentage can't be very good either. But overall, Oskaloosa trying to get as many players lined up for the future as possible. As mentioned, Coach J.C. White not likely to stray too far away from her rotation, as she wants these players that are getting time to continuously get better. So Vanderwall immediately exits the game. Here's Holmberg. She's going to go all the way, and she is fouled on the floor. Clock will continue to run as part of the running clock. The foul is going to be on Shay Drish. That's her first and the team's second. Third team foul for Fairfield. Holmberg inbounds it to Drost. Open look on the baseline. Gets her first bucket. So now those have been fixed. First half, those inbounds plays from the baseline were not good at all. A couple of 5-second calls on Holmberg just trying to find somebody open. They've gotten a couple of easy hoops on them here in the second half. Bloomquist in the right corner. They rotate it around. Eventually finds its way to Drish. Gets to the middle. Bloomquist from the right wing in and out. Denberger the rebound. In traffic, her 8th. 1 minute left here in the third. And a 35-point deficit for Oskaloosa here in the girls' game. Boys' game yet to follow as Holmberg loses it. Actually goes between the legs of Bloomquist. Eventually finds Denberger, leaves it short on the mid-range jumper. And Drost still fighting as she, along with Blair Bowman, trying to get the loose ball, and it'll go to Fairfield. That's good effort, though. That's what I was talking about. Who making the effort plays. It's easy to quit when you're down 35. But you do not want to see quit from this Oskaloosa team. Every second they're out there, they are looking to try to improve. Here's Drish, top of the key, working on Holmberg. Kicks it out to Bowman. Bowman, that's a tough pass. It's going to be poked away by Drost and eventually Holmberg before going out of bounds. Time winding down here with the running clock in effect until Oskaloosa gets it within 25 points. About 10 seconds left by the time this ball will be inbounded by Gridley. She finds Ashton Drish. Ball may have been partially blocked. It'll be a jump ball, but I think that's going to be the end of the quarter either way. And that is the end of the quarter. Oskaloosa trying to battle, but the end of the third quarter is upon us, and it is 50-15, all Fairfield. We'll take a short break and be back with the fourth after this on the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge at kineticedgept.com.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
Welcome back live from Fairfield. Oskaloosa's got the basketball. To start the fourth quarter, Holmberg gets a screen from Drost, goes to the baseline, and is fouled as she puts up a shot. Oskaloosa trailing 50-15. Ashton Drish gets the foul. 2 foul shots coming from Holmberg, who is 1 for 4 at the line coming into today's play. And misses the front end. Making shots is going to be the first thing that Oskaloosa is going to look to and work on. Also taking care of the basketball, but that has improved here in the second half. Is the second foul shot no good. And the rebound to Drish, but she throws it right to Holmberg. Holmberg will get it back out. Nelson over to Kaylee Johnson. Inside, Denberger tries to face up, and she's going to be fouled on, I believe, the floor. We'll see. And they're going to get Drish again. Nope, it'll be 2 shots. So Denberger makes the front end. It's just been a bad night for shooting, and also a bad night also for bringing the ball up against this press. Although that has improved in the second half, as mentioned. 2 for 2 at the line here for Denberger. She's got 5 points in the game. Over to the right side. And then nice read steal for Kaylee Johnson. She'll go all the way and lay it in. Nicely done by the freshman. And for Johnson, her first varsity points. Congratulations to her into the scoring column for the first time in her varsity career. Fairfield has Bloomquist go baseline. Nice drive. Sometimes you get stuck underneath that basket. And then Book the steal, and she draws a foul on Johnson. Johnson just a little too lax on the inbound. I have 8 steals for Nicole Book in this game. Johnson gets called for number 3, and Book back to the free throw line. She's 3 for 4 in this game. 53-19 and make it 53-19 with the made basket on the first free throw. Bowman and Jeffrey back in, replacing Bloomquist and Jones. One more at the line for Buke. And that is way off. That's something you won't see every day. She just kind of has a smirk on her face as she walks to the bench. Darby Casca, a sophomore, into the game, as well as Jillian Dunlap, a junior. Those two entering for the first time as we are entering the last 7 minutes of regulation. Fairfield a 53-19 lead. Holmberg all the way to the hoop. Hits the side of the backboard. It was a good drive. Just trying to learn how to finish that. Gridley on the rebound, runs it up the floor. Looking for some help as she picked up the dribble. Nowhere to go with it, and then loses it to Johnson. Johnson, again, gets pestered and loses it as Jeffrey gets the steal. Quickly underneath the Bowman, no good. Ball tipped out. Jeffrey, the rebound, lost it, and it'll be Denberger getting the rebound. All sorts of action down here as both teams still battling through the last minutes of this one as Holmberg goes left. Can't do anything with it, but it is Johnson on the board. Inside to Drost. Can't make the shot. And again, Johnson with the offensive board. Here's Denberger, 8-footer, maybe affected by Jeffrey. Johnson, her third offensive rebound of this trip. No good. Drost, another offensive board, and kicks it out to Holmberg. Holmberg loses her footing. Johnson down to Holmberg. She goes with the right hand and lays it in, and the foul. And that is Holmberg's first points of the game, and she's been working hard. Good to see her rewarded. But good offensive rebounding. Johnson and Drost all over the place. Drost will exit here as Jillian Jennings back in. Holmberg puts the free throw up and can't get it to go. Denberger gets the offensive board and puts it back up and in. This is good to see these teams, these players on this team working as hard as they are despite the score not being in their favor. 53-23, 5:20 to go. As here's Gridley, she'll catch and shoot a long three, no good, but the long board goes out to Casca. Inside, basket miss that time as Jennings gets the rebound. It was Bowman on the attempt. Here's Nelson bringing it up with Holmberg. Coming back to the basketball and gets it, guarded by Gridley. Lobs it in to Denberger, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. Bowman reaching in as Denberger tried to face up and saw two Fairfield Trojans right in her face. She did have an open teammate to her right. It's a matter of having that trust. Bowman picks up number one in his free throws. Should be a 1-and-1 here. Holmberg exits, and it's Kelderman. Players still getting the memo that it's a 1-on-1. And it should be Denberger shooting the 1-on-1. Eventually we get it figured out. 4:52 to go. Of course, stay locked in with us. The boys' game to follow. Front into the 1-on-1 on the way, and good from Denberger. Just putting together what will look like a solid stat line. She's got 10 rebounds and 8 points. One more foul shot to go here. High archer, and again, nothing but net. 5 for 6 at the foul line for Marley Denberger. Here's Gridley. She goes baseline, working on Kelderman, left it short, gets her own miss, goes back up and scores. A little bit of a loose ball down low, and Fairfield will get it on the jump. Fairfield basketball. Running it up the floor is Shea Drish. Casca finds Bowman and can't get the roll on the shot. And the juggling opportunity on the rebound by Johnson as she put it to the deck. It hit a foot, I believe, of Casca. He'll stay with the Indians as Johnson will get to bring it up the floor. 3:45 to go. And this entry pass from Johnson, not a good one. Stolen away by Bowman. She'll stop, kick it out. Gridley right wing, fires a three, left it short. And Kelderman, of course, trying to react to where it was going to hit the rim. It never did, so it bounced off of her and goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans. Inbound, Gridley, catch and shoot, no good. And the 11th rebound for Denberger. Johnson pushing it up the floor. By the way, Holmberg sitting out right now. She did not sit out the entire game against Centerville. So this is the first time she's been on the bench at a varsity game as Johnson steps into a mid-ranger, no good. Casca trying to get the rebound, does, but saves it right to Johnson. And then three-point field goal made by Mary Nelson. 11 in the game for Nelson. Kaylee Johnson looking strong defensively. Showing good hands on the boards as well. Outside is Jillian Dunlap. Over to Shea Drish. She'll go with the left hand all the way. That's a good move. Too strong off the glass. Gridley the rebound, no good. And it's going to be pulled down by Kelderman. And then lost out of bounds on a poke. It'll stay with the Indians with 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 55-28. The Indians indeed have done much better here as the game has wore on. In fact, have outscored Fairfield here in the second half. Johnson goes to her right, picks up the dribble. Nowhere to go with it. Eventually finds Denberger. That's a good look, but Denberger couldn't get the shot. Rebound is still loose on the deck, and it'll be a jump ball. Denberger wrestling around on the deck with Bowman, and it'll stay with the Indians. Here is Kelderman to inbound, finds Johnson. This 2-3 zone they have running. Kelderman, that was poked as it was looking for, the ball was trying to find Jillian Jennings. And Jennings is fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. Jennings did score 4 points, went 1 for 1 from the field and 2 for 2 from the foul line against Centerville, so she will go to the stripe looking for more as Gridley picks up her 4th. The front end of the 1-on-1 is short, however. Bowman the rebound. And then a steal. Can't get it to fall. Quickly the other way come the Trojans. Rough shot action. Outside. Here is Shea Drish. Playing catch with Gridley with 1:15 to go in the fourth. Casca. Over to Dunlap. Dunlap to Gridley, running a little weave here to kill some time as clock winding down. Drish, Bowman, back to Drish. Working on Nelson, back to Bowman. Bowman, Drish, Casca. 50 seconds now left in the fourth. Here's the drive, kick out to Bowman, and this is honestly just head coach Brian Witzenberg just trying to get this one over with. 40 seconds left now. Coach J.C. White still telling the D, play tough. Bowman. Guarded closely, puts it on the floor, and then passes it to Casca, who's standing out of bounds. Oski will get it. This will be the last position of the game in all likelihood. 55-28. Oski, again, seems to have gotten better as the game goes on. Here's Johnson, 12 seconds to go, lost the dribble. Finds Jennings underneath. Pump fake, one dribble, tries to get it to Denberger, has it knocked away, and the steal for Dunlap, and that will do it. Final score of our first game of the doubleheader. Fairfield 55, Oskaloosa 28. The Indians battling until the end and outscored the Trojans 13-5 in that fourth quarter. But an 0-2 start for Coach J.C. White and these Indians. Fairfield starts 2-0. We'll take a break, come back with the final stats, get you set for the boys game, which is coming up in about 15 minutes or so. That's coming your way right after this, right here on the No Coast Network.
For 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Mir and Cheeto or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-through and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Holding, number 79, defense, first down. I'm also holding a party tonight.
Great call by the official. Looks like we've got another flag on the field.
Holding, a Pepsi. Necessary refreshment.
Hey, Ted. Bring some of that Pepsi to my party.
Pepsi and the NFL. Welcome to the Fun Doesn't End Zone.
The final of the girls basketball game is Fairfield 55, Oskaloosa 28. As you can see, the boys are out there and they are warming up, both Fairfield and Oskaloosa, and we will have that game for you in about 14 minutes for the opening tap between the very promising Oskaloosa Indians and Fairfield, looking to try to improve as well from last year's 9-12 record. We'll have you a couple of information on that, but first the sets for the girls game, which just concluded. Oskaloosa did find a way to outscore Fairfield in that second half after trailing 34-6 at the break, but it's all a matter of just continuing to get better, and there will be games that Oskaloosa will be competitive in this season under Coach J.C. White. You can be assured of that as she continues to try to get her players ready for that. In the game, leading all scores was Fairfield's Nicole Buke, 26 points, 3 boards, 6 assists, 8 steals. Also added a block and went 4 for 6 from the foul line. An outstanding performance by the senior, who has proven to be so valuable for this Fairfield team for several years now, 4 years in fact. This will be her 4th year really making a difference for this basketball team. You look beyond her, solid performances from Ashley Bloomquist and Ashton Drish, both finishing with 7 points each. 6 points for Mallory Jones, 5 for Shaylin Drish, and 4 for Destiny Gridley off the bench. Leading rebounding for Fairfield was Kara Jeffrey and Destiny Gridley, both off the bench, both grabbing 6 boards. Of course, Buke had the 6 assists, but 4 each for Shaylin Drish and Mallory Jones. 8 steals for Buke. That's just unbelievable to think about. 3 steals for Mallory Jones, and then a couple of blocks for Kara Jeffrey as well. They only turned it over 13 times, did Fairfield, as the second half both teams really did a much better job of taking care of the basketball. In Oskaloosa's case, the second half saw Mary Nelson hit a couple of long balls, and she finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Along with her, 9 points for Marley Denberger. She finished with 11 rebounds as well, and she went 5 for 6 from the foul line with a steal to boot. And then across the board, 2 points each for Ashley Drost, Kaylee Johnson, Emma Kelderman, and Lindsay Holmberg for the Indians. 7 rebounds for Kaylee Johnson off the bench, and she also led the way with 3 steals for the Indians. Ashley Drost got credit for the only block that I had for Oskaloosa. Of course, my statistics are unofficial. 27 turnovers for Oskaloosa, but that's not that bad when you consider the fact that 23 of them came in the first half. So good job cleaning it up. Of course, we'll see what they're able to do as they continue to try to improve on a game-to-game basis. The Oski girls are back in action on Friday at home opener against Pella Christian, a team in which Coach J.C. White feels like her team can compete with, at the very least, to try to make that one an interesting matchup. And that's one thing that we'll continue to keep an eye on as they continue to get ready, try to shake this one off, take some of the lessons they learned and kind of put forth in the second half, try to do something with that in that game on Friday against Pella Christian as they start Little Hawkeye Conference play. For Fairfield, they'll be moving on to a conference matchup as well on Friday as they'll be on the road to face Mount Pleasant. So that's what's coming up for them. They have a couple of non-conference games as well. Saturday against Waterloo West, and then next Tuesday against Ottumwa here at home. Oskaloosa's girls, after their matchup on Friday, which of course can be viewed on RadioKMZN.com and MCG Channel 7, as well as heard on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN. You can also check that out on Friday night starting around 6 o'clock for that boy-girl doubleheader. And then on Saturday, a game we will not be covering, but the girls will be taking on Knoxville at home, or on the road rather, on Saturday. We'll go ahead and we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get you shifted over to the boys' side of things. The Oskaloosa boys, a lot of high expectations, 15 wins a year ago, looking for more this year, and potentially a state tournament berth. That's all going to be nice and fine, but one game at a time. Their first game of the season is going to be coming up your way. We'll take a look at it when we come back after this break right here on the No Coast Network.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the lighted Christmas parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important, and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Boys basketball getting set to go, and I can tell you that we're excited to bring the boys from Oskaloosa and their basketball season, where the girls are trying to build some foundation. The foundation was built specifically the last couple of years under Coach Ryan Parker. His ball club last season finished with a record of 15-9, 6-8 in the Little Hawkeye, but several close games they just weren't able to pull out. The game against Fairfield was not one of them. They had a big 84-41 win against this team a year ago to open their season, and they'll be looking to do the same here with a star-studded group of Jared Cruz, a senior, Cole Henry, a junior, and then the sophomore Xavier Foster, who many believe is one of the top 20 recruits in the class of 2020 in the entire United States. He's playing USA basketball. The kid is a special talent, and it's fun to talk to him and DeJuan Foster, his father, who's an assistant coach for Oskaloosa, just kind of hear what the process is like. And with coaches coming to see him, a lot of coaches seeing Cole Henry, and they like what they see from him as well. Getting some Division I offers is Cole Henry. Those two will be up front as well for Oskaloosa with Jared Cruz. Cruz may be Oskaloosa's current best or most complete player, if you will. Does a really good job of doing everything, talking to a lot of coaches, not necessarily just Oskaloosa coaches, but coaches from all over the area who may have seen him at a camp. They think that he has the ability to score 30 points in any one game, and he does a good job of keeping his teammates involved. Not necessarily the most vocal guy you'll see, but he definitely leads by example, and that's always good to have one of those guys in your locker room, and especially on the floor at all times. Oskaloosa will enter with a lot of expectations this year, trying to improve on that 15-win season. Looking at their schedule, you hate to try to guess how many wins they could get, but obviously 20 wins would be the goal. If you can find a way to get close to 20 wins by season's end, that would require maybe 16 or 17 in the regular season and then a deep run towards state in the postseason. Oski did lose in the sub-state final, 1 win away from state last year, so you know that they are capable. But there are a lot of good teams around the state this year, and it'll see how far Xavier Foster, the X-Man, along with Cole Henry, Jared Cruz, Tanner DeCock, along with Spencer Tucker. Those are the 5 you're going to be seeing starting tonight for Oskaloosa, but even all their bench players, the guys that we'll be seeing throughout this contest, we'll be seeing them for the first time this year as the Oskaloosa Indians looking to try to make some noise in their first game of the year. On the other side, Fairfield finished 9-12 last year. New coach Mick Flattery goes from the girls team to the boys team. He coached, his daughter was a player for a long time, of course, graduated, I believe, a couple of seasons ago, but has made the migration over to the boys' side, and he is going to be coaching this team and trying to get them ready to go. Carson Kreil was their leading scorer a year ago, averaging over 15 points per game, and he will be playing this year as well, a junior for this particular squad. Plenty of other important players, guys like Dante Singier, and those, of course, he scored 9 points a game, along with Cooper Drish, who we may see from time to time. Colin Breen also had himself about 8 points a game for a balanced attack last season as well for these Trojans. They finished 4-4 in the Southeast Conference. That was dominated by Mount Pleasant, who eventually eliminated Oskaloosa from playoff contention in that sub-state final with a big 30-point victory. We'll go ahead and we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the opening tap for you. Oskaloosa opens their season on the boys' side against Fairfield right here on the No Coast Network.
Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom? Thank
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities. Where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success. Where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots. Proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Experience the Bruxfort's difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
Back here live, the starting lineup being announced for Oskaloosa in the maroon uniforms. It is Spencer Tucker, the senior, along with fellow senior Tanner DeCock, who's been a 4-year starter here for Oskaloosa. The big man, X-Man, Xavier Foster, Cole Henry, the junior as well as senior Jared Cruz. This is going to be a top-level team this year in the state of Iowa, folks, and they're going to be fun to watch. For Fairfield, they're going to be announcing their starting lineup as well. Let's go ahead and listen in as they get the crowd pumped up with some AC/DC. Getting the crowd fired up. Dante Sindri, the first player to be introduced. Colin Breen, a junior. Big junior class for this team. Carson Kryl, a junior. Tall player, saw him in the football season. Looks like he'll be matched up with Cruz. That'll be a nice matchup to watch. Tristan Waugh, who last year was the second leading scorer on this team at 9.2 points a game. And then the big man, Austin Simpson, who missed a lot of last year with an injury. All of last year, didn't play any varsity basketball. But he is back and he is ready to go for his junior season. Mick Flattery, the boys basketball coach now for Fairfield. He and the rest of his teammates, or his team rather, going to be taking on Oskaloosa. Coach Ryan Parker, his 5 starters. We'll see Cruz, Henry, and Foster a lot this year at the same time. Last year, it was tough for them to get on the floor at the same time. Jack Moore, a senior, had a great year, averaging over 12 points per game. But for the most part, everybody else of note is back. In fact, everybody who scored more than 10 points per game besides Moore last year is back for Oskaloosa from a 15-9 season a year ago. The tap won by Foster, and here comes Cole Henry as we are underway. And this pass from Henry bounces off the rim and right back at Henry. They get it back. Pump fake for Spencer Tucker. A little zone action here, a very active zone by Fairfield. Here's Foster in the corner, back to the top. Cruz, catch and shoot 3, top of the key. Takes a high bounce. DeCock raises up and is able to get the offensive board for the Indians. Here is Tucker, pump fake, steps into a 3, and that one's long. And it's Henry getting the rebound on the offensive glass. Then he kicks it over to Cruz and they'll settle it down. Good first possession for Oskaloosa, getting a couple of clean shots and also getting some offensive boards. Nice cut for Cruz. Too strong, but Henry is there on the follow, and it's 2-0 Indians. 3 offensive boards on the first possession of the game as Sindri walks it into the front court. For the Trojans wearing white, shooting at our left basket. Trimmed in orange. Orange numbers front and back. Trojans across the front. Here's a catch and shoot no good, and Henry another rebound as Breen came up short. This pass is tipped and will go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. Just over a minute to played here in the first quarter. Cruz to inbound. First chance to see this team with a lot of hype around it. Cruz lobs it into Tucker right around midcourt. And he'll get it to Cruz. Cruz drops it off Foster, and he is fouled. And this injury comes down and slaps the wrist. So the first foul shot from Foster is no good, and that was the first foul on Singery. Misses the first, does Foster. Last year at the line was a 67% foul shooter. And his first point of the season is good on the second. The sophomore getting a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs. Part of the Iowa 8 from the Des Moines Register for the second consecutive year. And he's going to be sticking out for a long time as there's a nice steal by Cruz on the entry pass. Quickly ahead, here's Henry from the left wing. Looks around, back out to Tucker. Tucker has grown some, and he still remains a very important piece with the shooting as they lob it in, looking for Foster, but ends up bouncing off the backboard and will be taken by Singery. Inside, tough shot by Wall. Simpson the rebound, goes up and scores. Good to see him back out there. You never want to see anybody lose an entire season to an injury. But Simpson able to get his first 2 points after a solid freshman year as DeCock drives, leaves it for Cruz, kicks it out. Open look for Tucker. Shot he would have taken a lot of times. Instead, he'll get another look here deep, and he'll miss. Good box out, but the ball is still loose on the floor, and Cruz will pick it up and get fouled, and he'll go to the line. It was a great box out by the big guys down there for, looked like Cryle and Waugh down there did a fantastic job of clearing the lane out. Just nobody went after the ball. Waugh gets the foul, draws the foul called on him with Cruz making the first free throw. And a 4-2 score with Cruz one more at the line. Last season, the leading scorer for the Indians at 14 points a game, a 52.5% free throw shooter. Didn't get there a ton throughout the season, but he makes both here. 5-2, 5:40 to go, first quarter. Singery rotated around to the Trojans. Here's Simpson outside the arc. Over to Waugh. Singery with the left hand drives. Leaves it for Waugh. Back to the top. Cryle, his first touch. Waugh, back to Simpson. He thinks about the three, then he'll take the three. In and out. And the rebound to Cryle. He's tall down there, and he'll be fouled. Carson Cryle has a lot of size. He is an impressive athlete. Cruz picks up the foul. First one on Oskaloosa. And Cryle to the line. Last year, 72.7%, nearly 73%, makes the first. Breen will come out, and for the first time is Cole Engel, another junior. Hunter Drish and Singery, the only seniors on this team. Cryle's second foul shot no good. The rebound poked around, and eventually Cruz will come up with it. He'll drive, and he'll survey. Go to Henry, cross court to the left wing. He finds a cutting Foster, who leans in, can't get it to go, and Simpson the rebound. And then Foster steals this. He's going to go all the way, and his foul, can't quite get the layup. Good hustle by Simpson. Knew what could have happened there. Would be the first posterization of the season for the big man. It's a good job by Foster to collect the steal. And as mentioned, the hustle by Simpson to take that foul and not let Foster get what would be a huge momentum play on a big breakaway slam dunk. Foster makes the first of two here. 3 team fouls through the first 3 minutes and 8 seconds here on the Trojans. Foster toes the line. One dribble and hits the second. DeCock will exit as Ryan Yates comes in. 3 points for Foster. 7-3 Oskaloosa, the early lead with 4:45 to go first quarter. The Trojans with Simpson left wing. Fires it. Eventually works his way to Engel, to Simpson. Breen back in, he's got it, guarded by Yates. He wants to go right with it, leaves it for Simpson, and nice little fake power dribble, and he lays it in. A little full court pressure being shown here by Fairfield. Here's Cruz. Cruz, before he gets trapped, will push it into the front court. Cruz leaves it behind for Tucker. Yates, cross court to Cruz. They want to get Foster on the post against Cryle, but instead they'll back it back out. Yates, skip pass, finds Cruz. And Tucker, pump fakes from the volleyball line. Henry out, Yates from the left of corner, off the back iron. And the rebound by Mark Deers. Deers, Breen, outside to Engel. Couldn't quite get the handle. And now it'll settle down with Breen at the top of the key, 7-5. Fairfield down by 2. Breen over to Cryle. And then there's going to be a foul on Foster as he tries to steal the ball over the top of Simpson. Sinjiri, along with Waugh, back into the game for the Trojans, as Cryle and Simpson will exit for their first rest of the game. Here is Breen out. Sinjir. Breen eventually rotates it to Deers. Well, this one's long, but the rebound on the long bounce off the back iron to Engel, and then Breen misses the long three. And Tucker on the run gets the rebound, goes up with the right hand. That's a tough angle on the left side of the hoop with the right hand, but he goes the distance. 2-point field goal is going to be a little bit easier for him now that he's got some size and some bounce to him now. Had to wait on Mother Nature to catch up to him. As this ball thrown away by Waugh, him and Deers not on the same page. And it goes right back. Tucker Nunnekoven will come into the game, and he will be replacing Jared Cruz. 3 minutes left first quarter, 9-5. A little bit of a low-scoring affair thus far. Both teams get the feel of it against this pressure. Here's Tucker. He gets it across the timeline over to Yates. A little bit of a smaller look with Cruz on the bench and Nunnekoven in the game. Here's Henry in the middle. He goes up with the left hand, no good. Rebound loose, and Waugh's got it. And he'll push it up, the big man, Sinjiri. Over to Deers. Picked up by Nunnekoven. Nunnekoven, an active defensive player. And then Sinjiri banks in a three. And then the ball's loose, picked up by Sinjiri, and he'll lay it in. And just like that, Fairfield's got a 10-9 lead on 5 straight by Sinjiri. Cross court, Tucker from about 25, no good. Rebound Deers. The Fairfield crowd getting into it right now with their team trying to take this game by the horns a little bit in the early going. Breen, good defense from Yates. Here's Waugh. He'll put it on the deck. Both the players go on the floor, and they'll say traveling violation. Good defense again by Foster. Cruz right back into the game. He'll replace Foster. Foot speed was the issue for the most part in defense. Coach Ryan Parker electing not to want to go to his zone, would go to man-to-man, and it was hard to keep Cruz, Henry, and Foster out there, even though they had great length. The foot speed as Nunnekoven throws it away. Stolen by Cryle. Behind the back here from Breen. And then inside, no good here from Simpson, and Henry the rebound. Here comes Henry, leaves it for Tucker. Missed from that spot just a moment ago and elects not to take the shot. 1:20 left first quarter. Oskaloosa trailing 10-9. A game last year they won by 43 points, but Fairfield proving to be stickler so far. A little fadeaway from about 19. No good from Cruz, and Simpson the rebound. Singery. And then they rotate it to Cryle, leaves his three short. And Cruz the rebound, and there's going to be a foul. And they're going to get Cruz on the foul. Or no, it's going to be Nunikoven. Coach Parker not happy about it. They're going to say the ruling, Nunikoven on the rebound. Nunikoven pushed Cryle into Cruz. Nunikoven gets his first, and he'll go to the bench. DeCock right back in. Inbound pass comes to Simpson, works on Henry, and uses those big muscles to lay it up and in. He's got 6 early points, and you can see this team missed him a year ago. Tucker, or Tanner DeCock rather, eventually they work it to Tucker. Back to DeCock, 40 seconds left, a 3-point Fairfield lead, and this one tipped out of bounds by Cryle. Crowd's into it. Oskaloosa's going to need something here to get the mojo going. Nobody's got more than 3 points thus far as they trail at 12-9 with 36 seconds to go in the first. Cross-court pass. Here's DeCock over to Tucker. Then Henry in the left wing finds DeCock in the middle of the paint. It's a good look, but he can't get the shot to fall. And Tristan Waugh the rebound. Breen into the front court. Picks up the dribble in a tough spot, but finds Waugh. Gets it right back with 15 seconds left. Fairfield trying to potentially hold for one shot here. 9 seconds. Singery. Top of the key, 5 seconds. Simpson working on Cruz. Steps into a three on the right wing. Air ball. And the rebound to Henry as time expires. A good first quarter for Fairfield. Oskaloosa try to get some energy and get those shots to fall. We'll take a short break and be back with the second after this on the No Coast Network.
Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Miranchito or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Second quarter about to begin. 4 minutes past the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We appreciate you joining us here live on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, radio KMZN.com, MCG Channel 7 with the live video stream. It is 12-9. Fairfield, a nice first quarter, especially defensively, as here in the paint, finding it. Lane is Cole Engel backing in on Tanner DeCock in a 5-point lead here. Oskaloosa working on this press. Tucker into the front court, gets it to Henry. Henry finds Cruz under the hoop, and he's fouled as both Waugh from the backside and Simpson on the front trying to do something. I'm not sure he's going to get the call. Simpson gets it. That's his second. It would have been either of those guys' second. And 2 shots for Jared Cruz, who was 2 for 2 from the line. It's a good look from Henry down low. Henry, a very capable passer from anywhere on the floor. Simpson will exit. And Breen right back in. Breen's exited for a couple of times, but probably has only sat for a total of 30 game seconds. Second one from Cruz on the way. In and out, no good, and the rebound to Waugh. Singery gets the signal from Coach Flattery over there on the Fairfield sideline. Here's Waugh outside the arc. And fakes the handoff. Thought about a three. Instead, gets it over to Engel. Looking for Cryle. Nice entry feed, but he couldn't do anything with it underneath the hoop. Gets it out to Waugh. Misses the three. Trying to save it as Engel, and he does. Cryle able to hang on to it. Fires a three. Left it short. But look at Waugh hanging in there. No good, and eventually Henry cleans it up. All the way is Tucker for 2. Another good pass from Henry. 14-12 now. Oski within 2. Quickly ahead is Cryle. Kick it out, Engel, and it's going to be a charge. Good job by Tanner DeCock. Something he likes to do an awful lot is just step in the way of a driving player and pick up the foul. And there's a second on Waugh. Just out of control on the drive. Foster back in. And he'll get Cole Henry. So it's Cruz, Tucker, Yates, DeCock, and Xavier Foster. Tucker finds DeCock. DeCock lobs it in on the post. Cruz, Yates, Tucker, back over to DeCock. Good passing and ball movement from the Indians. Tucker from the volleyball line, 30-footer, no good. And the rebound to Carson Cryle, and then they'll throw it away. 5th turnover for Fairfield. Trying to go too quick. Waugh exits, and Andrew Martin comes in for the first time, a sophomore for Coach Flattery and the Trojans. 14-12. Oskaloosa has 3 turnovers, Fairfield 5, but the shooting percentage for Oskaloosa is not very good. I don't keep track of shots taken in my book, but I can tell you what, it's not very good right now. Eventually you figure a lot of those shots are going to start falling for the Indians. Here's Cruz in the right corner, doesn't want the 3. Gets it right back, looking for Foster on the post. He's doubled up, ball tipped by Cryle. Coming the other way are the Trojans. And again, there's another charge. Tanner DeCock steps in front of Breen. That's a 6th-team foul on the Trojans. Breen's first. Breen will exit. Mark Deers back in. Full court pressure. That's 2 in quick succession for DeCock. Like I mentioned, he loves doing that, forcing turnovers via the offensive foul. Here's Tucker. He'll drive to the middle of the floor. Eventually they get it in to Cruz. He's got 4 players around him. It was poked away from behind by Engel. And then nearly taken away by Tucker. It's Engel ahead, and he'll run into DeCock again. This time they're going to get him for a block. That one was as much a charge as the others, but I think it was going to be a little too much to ask for DeCock to pick up 3 charges in a row. First foul on Tanner. It's the 4th-team foul. To the line is Engel. Last year, Engel was 4 of 9 at the foul line. He only scored 18 points the whole season. Misses the first. 5:36 left first half. 14-12. Fairfield a 2-point lead as both teams struggle to score in their season openers. Foul shot up and good. 15-12. 1 for 2 at the line there for Engel. Yates dribbles it up the floor and gets it ahead of Foster. Foster goes cross court for DeCock. Gets to Cruz. Cruz little turnaround hook shot is good. And that's the first made field goal for Jared Cruz. 6 of Oskaloosa's 14 points have come at the foul line. As look at Cindery, no good. It is Cruz. And the Indians settle in the half court. Here's DeCock in the left corner to the post. Foster, they double him down. Active zone. Cruz pops it from 15. This one well long, and Deers right there for the weak side rebound. Inside of 5 minutes to go in this first half. Cryle, travel. A lot of times you get that ball fake, your feet feel like they got to move before you put it on the deck, and that's a travel all day. You see it called a lot at this level. Breen back in. Cryle takes a seat. The Indians have a chance to take the lead here. Tucker lobs it up, looking for Foster, poked away, but here's Cruz. Looked for the slam, but missed it. A rebound to Breen. That was good help side defense behind Foster, and the 3 by Deers is no good, and Tucker the long rebound. He's got a 1-on-4, and he'll just slow it down. Smart decision. DeCock back to Tucker. He's taken a lot of threes, but hasn't seen one go in yet. Here is Cruz. Nice find by Foster. The left-hand layup by Cruz. And Oski's got a 16-15 lead. That's a great pass from the post. Finding the open cutter. 16-15, Deers left all by himself. That's too easy for three. It's 18-16 as we go seesaw here for a moment. Foster catch and shoot three from the right corner, rattles it home. Foster with his first made field goal of the season. Deers pump fakes on Foster, didn't want to shoot it over the big man. Rotated around to Breen, drops it down to Martin. Back out to Breen, guarded by Yates. Gets a screen, and he'll go baseline. Cut off nicely by DeCock, blocked by Yates. Breen gets his own miss, and then a foul on Foster as he runs into Deers, who took the three. Good defensive possession for the most part until Foster picked up the long foul, and it'll be 3 shots for for Deers. (19-18), Oski by 1, and the first one from Deers is good. He didn't want to take the three initially in the right corner with Foster closing out on him. Wasn't scared the second time and ended up drawing the foul, even though he missed the shot. Misses the second. Foster will have a seat. Henry enters the game. 3:31 left second quarter. It's a little more low scoring than we saw last year. Deers makes the third. He went 2 for 3, and he's got 5. 20-19. Yates and Tucker play catch as they cross midcourt into the corner to Cruz. Finds Tucker to the open man. DeCock in the left corner, no good. Cruz beat his man to the rebound and lays it in. And that's what I was talking about in the open. This guy could be considered the best all-around player Oskaloosa has, despite the attention that Henry and Foster gets, as Sinjiri buries a three. Dante Sinjiri has done an excellent job of making a timely bucket thus far. He's got 8 points. Here's Henry, fouled and one. Leaning into the lane. A free throw on the way. Cryle just a little bit late getting over there. That's his first foul. 17th foul, the and one on the way, and good from Henry. Fun first half. Both teams taking some shots. Sinjiri crosses the timeline with the play set up. Got a little picket fence action on the double screen. Sinjiri picked up by 2 different players. Cryle left alone at the top of the key for 3. This one long, tipped out, but Deers comes down with the rebound. This one well short from Breen, and then Breen gets his own miss. Left alone is Martin. He can't hit it, and eventually Henry cleans up the mess. Yeah, tough pass. How did he catch that? It's going to be a block as Cruz dove into the lane. Blocking foul called to the chagrin of the Fairfield sideline and their fans. And it'll be Cruz to the line. Coach Flattery wants a couple of words of why that was the call. Is the foul called on Mark Deers? Number 1 on him, 8th team foul. 2:18 to go in this first half, 24-23, Oski by 1. I do not need to remind you too many times this Fairfield team, although they did not have Simpson, a lot of it was the same. And Oskaloosa with much of the same team, except they had Jack Moore last year, a 84-41 win. Cruz hits the first free throw, and he's in double figures with 10, the first player on either team to do that. Second one on the way. No good. Rebound to Cryle. Quickly ahead to Breen. They find Cryle. He's going to get into the paint, kick it out to Breen. Sinjiri thinks about the three, now puts it on the deck. Kicks it out, Deers in the right corner. Hits the three, he was trying to draw the foul, didn't get the call. Deers, second three of the quarter, and he's got 8. Dangerous passing from Oskaloosa, but they rotate it to an open man in DeCock again in the left corner, and he'll bury the three. And the teams continue to trade long balls. It is fun to watch. Here's Sinjiri, leaves it for Breen. Cryle inside to Simpson. Posting up, good move, lays it up, can't get the roll. 8th board of the first half for Henry, and he'll push it up himself. The big man with the handles. Look at him go all the way with the left hand, but they get him for a charge. Everything was good, but Deers had himself positioned, and they call the offensive foul on Henry, who was looking to go coast to coast. Simpson exits, Martin right back in. I have 6 turnovers for each team, of course. Don't have to tell you too many times. This is not official. That gives you a good idea of where we're at in this game. 28-26 with 1:20 to go in the first half. A fun one here in Fairfield. Sanjiri, the high post to Martin. He'll take a couple of dribbles to the free throw line, pick up the dribble to Deers. Deep 3 from the right wing, left it short, and Tucker the rebound. He'll jog it up, finds Henry on the right wing. Jab step, he'll get into the paint, goes with the left hand. Too easy for him. 7 points in the first half for Cole Henry. Very fluid on the drive. Here's Breen, he goes baseline, runs out of real estate, and a charge. DeCock gets another one. He plays with a fire and an energy. It's really hard to match. And that's the 3rd charge he has drawn here in this first half. Trying to clean up the sweat spot from where he had landed. Don't have the broom boys or the mop boys that you see at the big-time collegiate and the professional levels. As it stands right now, the Indians have a 30-26 lead. It is Yates, Henry, Tucker, DeCock, and Cruz. This has been the unit Oskaloosa has rolled with for much of the latter part of this second quarter. Here's a pass from Cruz to Henry, and he's fouled on the drive. 36.2. Cryle gets his second, so 2 fouls for Waugh, Simpson, Cryle, and Breen here in this first half, and they're in the double bonus with the last 36.6 seconds. Henry goes to the line to shoot a pair. 1 for 1 so far in the game. First one on the way, left it short all the way. First game of the season for both of these teams is Nunnakoven back in for Oskaloosa. Waugh and Simpson enter for Martin and Engel. Tucker takes a seat for the Indians. Showing improved ball handling abilities is Spencer Tucker as well, as the second one is good from Henry. 8 first half points for him, along with 8 first half rebounds. 30 seconds left, Oskaloosa 31, Fairfield 26. As the first half starting to come to an end. Sanjiri trying to set up the last play of the quarter. No shot clock, you don't have to worry about it. And they're gonna wait as long as they possibly have to. Sanjiri just avoiding 5-second call right now. The official saying it's too far away to start counting. 9 seconds, now they start moving. Skip pass, here's Simpson. Simpson, long shot, tipped by Henry. Cruz gets the rebound, and that'll do it. Henry continues to fill the stat sheet. Cruz got his 5th board, and that's how the first half ends. 31-26, Oskaloosa the lead. And first half that was very entertaining. Both teams taking some shots, getting some counter punches in there. But at the half, it's Oskaloosa by 5, 31-26. We'll take a break and come back with your halftime show right after this on the No Coast Network.
Has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Mirachito or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know your mouth wants you to. Do the Dew.
Dreams start early. Illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
At the half, Fairfield and Oskaloosa, an outstanding first half of action in our opening game of the season for the boys and our first broadcast for the basketball season. It is 31-26, the Indians on top after a 22-point second quarter, having only scored 9 points in the first. Excellent work by the Indians to stick with it, get some open looks, and go to the line pretty frequently. Xavier Foster got a couple of fouls called on him and then sat the last several minutes of that second quarter, but we will expect to see a healthy dose of him in the second half. For Oskaloosa, it is Jared Cruz leading the way. He's got 10 points, 5 rebounds. He also has a steal. For Cole Henry, he's got 8 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and a block. Really good first half for him. Foster finished with 6 points. His only field goal was a three-pointer in that second quarter as the team started to exchange baskets. 4 points for Spencer Tucker, both on drives. He's gone 0 for on threes, but if you know anything about Spencer Tucker, he'll keep shooting it until he starts making them, but he's made a lot of good decisions in this game, and it's good to see him attacking the rim when he was a little bit shorter he did not do. Had a little bit of a growth spurt in the last year or so and has been excellent on both sides of the floor so far, always showing improvement. Tanner DeCock also made a three-pointer. He's got 3 points in the game so far and also has drawn 3 charges on Fairfield in the game so far. On the other side for Fairfield, a couple of players have 8 points at the break, including senior Dante Sinjiri. He's got 8 along with a couple of steals. 8 points for Mark Deers off the bench and 4 rebounds. He had a couple of big threes, did Deers. He has been a difference maker and an energy boost. Austin Simpson, after missing all of last year with injury, he finished with 6 points in that first half. Cole Engel had 2, and Carson Cryle finished with 1. Remember, Cryle was by far and away the leading scorer on this team last year at over 15 points a game, but hasn't really even gotten that many offensive looks. They have gone a lot to these secondary players and even really attacked with Simpson and even Tristan Waugh down low. So this is a different team that Fairfield's got. Coach Mick Flattery going to try to spread the wealth a little bit, and they look like they are improved as well as they trail by only 5, 31-26 at the half. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll have the second half for you as Oskaloosa looks for their first win of the season and their first game of the season. 31-26, they lead Fairfield at the break right here on the No Coast Network.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Clow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Clow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Clow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important, and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Oskaloosa with a 31-26 lead at the half. Emery Songer with you. We getting set. 90 seconds away from the start of quarter number 3. And this is a much different matchup than we saw between these two squads last year. Fairfield didn't really even come to play. Oskaloosa had their way, 84-41. Jack Moore had a great first game. He's not here for Oskaloosa. Pretty much the entire team is back, including Austin Simpson, added to the fray after missing last year with an injury for Fairfield. So you can tell that there's a little bit of swing in terms of the balance of this. But even looking at the BC Moore rankings in the preseason website we love to use as a way to kind of gauge where teams are based around their strength of schedule and the analytics of what they're able to do offensively and defensively in games, Oskaloosa was still about a 21-point favorite in this game. So also good to see some competition from the Trojans. And we'll see how Oskaloosa responds, because they're not going to be able to roll over Fairfield here, at least not until later on in this game. We are still very much so in a competitive contest, as Oskaloosa had to come from behind. They were down by as many as 5, and they lead it by 5 as we get set for the third quarter. 31-26 the score. Oskaloosa traveled very well. Plenty of fans in the stands on the far side of where we're located. We're across the way from the bench. It'll be the Indians to start with the basketball. Their maroon jerseys trimmed in gray and white. White numbers front and back. Oskaloosa in white across the chest. Shooting at our left hoop. Fairfield in white uniforms trimmed in orange. Orange numbers front and back. Trojans in an arch across the front. And they are shooting at our right basket in the second half. It'll be Sinjiri, along with Breen, Kryl, Waugh, and Simpson for Fairfield to start this third quarter. It'll be Tucker, DeCock, and the three bigs, Henry, Cruz, and Foster for Oskaloosa to start the third. Cruz to Henry, right corner, kicks it out. Nice design play, but Tucker didn't want to shoot it. Instead goes inside to Foster, who draws a foul on Simpson. That'll be his third, and that'll send him to the line. That was a pretty obvious set play. And it got Tucker an open look that maybe in the past he would have just jacked up there. But he dropped it down to the post to Foster, drew a third foul, an important player for the Fairfield Trojans. And gets a good free throw shooter to the foul line for Oskaloosa. And the first one is good for Foster. Now 4 for 5 from the stripe in this game. Second one up and rolls in. 8 points for Foster, 5 of which coming at the free throw line. And it's a 33-26 lead for the Indians, their largest lead of the game so far. Sinjiri to Cryle. Little big-to-big screening, and the elbow, it's Waugh, too long. But it's going to be Simpson, a little up fake, and he'll lay it in off the offensive board. He's got 8, and you can tell he's desperately needed for this team. Here's Foster. He'll go up and lay it in over the top of Simpson on a nice feed from Cruz. And he's in double figures with 10. These teams did a lot of this, back and forth scoring, trading baskets as Foster got a piece of that. Simpson, pump fake, can't get the roll this time. Henry, his 9th rebound, quickly ahead. They were looking for, I think, DeCock, but Foster got his hand on it. Foster gets it anyways and misses the long 3. Sinjiri will watch it go out of bounds and will inbound it for the Trojans. A little bit of a miscommunication on the fast break there. 1 minute into this second half. Oskaloosa leading 35-28. Double screen. Simpson goes to the paint. Sinjiri doesn't hit him. A little step back jumper from 18, no good. Cruz the rebound. Confident offensive player to take that shot. Rotated around to the left wing for Tucker. Gets it to Henry. In the right corner is Cruz. Cruz back to the top. Well outside the arc for DeCock, who goes to Tucker. Baseline and a quick pass that time. Looking for Henry by Foster. It's knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. It'll stay with the Indians. The inbound pass. Oh, look at Cruz off the back of Simpson, but he couldn't get it. Ball still loose on the ground. Cryle's tipping out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. A little bit of a nifty play by Cruz, but couldn't quite complete the play. It was too far underneath the hoop as the man in front of him, Simpson, had his back turned to him. You see that every once in a while at higher levels of basketball, but it's a highlight reel play when it's successful. That same play that we started the half with. And again, it's Foster, finds Henry on the drive. Can't quite get the roll. Simpson clears the rebound. I like that play, though. That is a solid look for Oskaloosa. As all the way down, bowls over, and they're going to say a block on Cruz as he slid in the way right as Waugh attempted to glide in there. Looks like it's going to be out on the side here, or underneath the hoop, rather. For Cruz is number 2. First team foul of this second half so far. Inbound pass, finds Waugh. That's a good look again. Can't get it to fall, and Cruz the rebound. Both teams missing gimmies at the rim right now. Cruz has it tipped. Foster has his pass tipped, gets it back, and Waugh knocks it off of Foster. Excellent hustle by the Fairfield defense. Foster is going to exit while Ryan Yates comes in. The Indians still lead by 7, 35-28. Both teams' defenses the last minute or so flexing their muscles. Sinjiri outside the arc, well outside the arc, over to Breen. High post, goes Waugh to Simpson. Simpson looked like he nearly traveled, instead just throws it right at Tucker. Who hustles it up, gets it to Cruz, off glass, tough angle, and he gets it to go. 12 for Cruz. Sinjiri pushes it ahead, and he's gonna get called for nothing. It'll be a timeout for Fairfield. The 30-second timeout will keep it here. 5:19 to go in this third quarter. That is the first timeout taken by either team thus far. You get 5, a couple of 30s and 3 full timeouts, which are 60 seconds. And Oskaloosa has their largest lead at 37-28. So now Coach Mick Flattery, who's had plenty of success on the girls' side, as his daughter was coming through the ranks, did a really, really good job of honing that talent, harvesting what they had. Getting a lot of wins, including a very good year a couple of years ago when his daughter was a senior. This year he's on the boys' side of things, trying to improve a 9-12 record from a year ago. And his team much more competitive with Oskaloosa this year than they were last year. Still wanting to do better. Down by 9 here, need a basket. Out of the timeout, here's Breen. Breen has his pass tipped, and here come the Indians again. Here's Henry, finds Cruz on the baseline, yes! Cole Henry, a great lead pass, and not what Fairfield wanted there, a turnover out of the timeout. Inside of 5 minutes to play third quarter, it's 39-28, largest lead for the Indians at 11. Simpson over to Breen. Breen tries to get it inside to Wall. He does, and he'll lay it in. Full court pressure now being reinstituted, and now they break the press. Here's Cruz, goes to the opposite side and lays it in. If you're a fan of just good full court basketball, we're seeing some good stuff from Oskaloosa. Very unselfish thus far as Breen loses to Cock, but misses the 3 on the step back. Henry, his 10th rebound, but he throws it away. Intercepted by Breen. Quickly ahead to Cryle, who is fouled by Henry. Cryle still looking for his first bucket. He won't get it here, but he will go to the foul line. Number 2 on Henry. Cryle, 1 for 2 at the line in this game so far, just 3 rebounds. That's his only point. First one on the way, and he left it short again. This is odd. For anybody who watched this team last year, for Carson Cryle at 15-plus points a game, by far and away their leader, 55.7% from the field. Didn't shoot a lot of threes, but great at the line as well, over 72%. Just looks a little out of sorts so far. Makes the second. Mark Deers comes in for Cryle. 2 points for Cryle, both at the line. The Indians have it. Breaking the press. A little bit of a softer press here, not a trap, more of a man-to-man. 4 minutes left in the third. The Indians by 10, 41-31. Tucker by the volleyball line over to the left wing. Back to the top. Rotated around, good ball movement. It's Cruz. DeCock. It is Tucker. Then to Yates. Yates thought about it from the volleyball line. Not really his game that deep. He is a good shooter, and they'll turn it back outside. And Coach Ryan Parker, he wants time. 3:40 to go. 41-31. Indians by 10. We'll keep it here. For Oskaloosa, the leading scorer is Jared Cruz. He's got 16, 10 for Foster, and 8 for Henry. Overall, Cruz has been the motor. But Cole Henry, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Tucker, 3 assists as well. The team's got 4 steals. Forced a few turnovers as well. It's not the cleanest game you've seen, but like I said earlier, you like what they're doing offensively. Felt like last year they really had to settle for some shots, and they really took some time to get into their offensive set. That doesn't seem like it's going to be the case, at least from what we've seen so far this year. Out of the timeout, here's Yates into the corner. Cruz dumps it in. Down on the post, it's Henry, one dribble, and he lays it in with the left hand. Double figures with 10. Henry in that left hand, so dangerous, especially when he gets anywhere close. The touch is impeccable by the junior. Simpson outside the right wing. No real good entry feed, so he goes cross court to Waugh. They're trying to get it down there, and instead Waugh just fires a 3, and then a foul on Simpson, reaching in on the rebound. No. A late call on DeCock on the rebound. Interesting. I was about to say that's about to be the 4th foul on Austin Simpson. Instead, it stays down here on the foul. Sinjiri out to Deers. 3:05 to go in the third. 12-point lead for Oskaloosa, 43-31. Sinjiri gets a screen from Simpson. Then over to Deers. Deers, a dribble to his left. Nowhere to go with it, and he traveled. Good on-ball defense by Ryan Yates and everybody else. Kind of like what they call a coverage sack in football. Just couldn't find anybody open and picked up the dribble, couldn't do anything with it. Yates gets it in. Again, some man-to-man full court pressure being shown by Fairfield. Tucker gets it into the front court. Here's Henry. High post. Still looking, he'll just shoot it. Couldn't find anywhere to go with it. Misses the shot. Sanjiri the rebound. He'll get it ahead to Engel. Engel crashes into the paint, and the pass is tipped away. Sanjiri will track it down as Tucker got a piece of that one, and he'll hustle it into the front court. Fairfield wants to get back into the set. Here's Engel, guarded by DeCock. That's been an intense battle. And then Tucker, and they get called for a foul as Cryle came toward the basketball. Tucker made contact with the man as he was trying to get the steal. Henry will take a seat. He played an awful lot in that first half, and for good measure, did more than his part. He's rocking a double-double right now at 10 and 10. Into the game for him is Foster. As the first foul on Tucker and the fourth team foul on Oskaloosa so far here in this third quarter. Engel to Wall, who's back in the game. Sanjiri. Sanjiri goes baseline with the left hand, kicks it out. Engel, and I believe that may have been partially tipped. It goes out of bounds. No, it was not tipped. And they're just going to say out of bounds. Tough looking shot off the side of the glass by Engel. DeCock's got it. And he'll walk it up the floor as Sanjiri face guarding Tucker. He'll kick it out. Good rotation. Tucker steps into a three from the right wing, around and out. Cryle the rebound. Cryle looking for Sanjiri. Waugh nearly got in the way of that pass. 100 seconds left in the third. Waugh reads himself a one defender, still has two there. Can't finish the shot. And Tucker gets the rebound behind the back dribble. Lobs it up for Foster, who was trying an absolute impossible dunk. Cruz can't finish on the offensive glass and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Oskaloosa. If he would have finished that dunk, I don't know what I would have been able to say, because he was so far away from the glass when he made the catch. It wasn't for a lack of effort, though. Made it look interesting. As from 18, here's Cruz. That is smooth. Smooth shooting from the mid-range by Jared Cruz, who's got 18 to lead all scorers. Waugh outside, just over a minute to play in the third quarter. Sanjiri working on Tucker. A couple of spin moves, but between legs dribble and a reach and foul on Tucker. And that's the fifth team foul on Oskaloosa here. They do have a 14-point lead as the scoring has slowed a bit here in the last half of this third quarter. Breen gets the basketball, right wing, to the top to Deers, over to Waugh. Looks inside, but Cruz knocks it away and gets the steal. Couldn't really find the handle on it, so he'll settle it down with Tucker outside the volleyball line at the top. He loses Sanjiri, goes into the paint, tries to drop it off, but eventually it lands in the arms of Cruz, who goes up and he's fouled, I believe, by Cryle. Third on him. He's got more fouls than points. He just cannot get it going. And Fairfield showing to be a little bit more offensively challenged here in this quarter, having only scored 5 points so far in the third. Cruz, nothing but net on the first free throw. Nunakoven will enter, replacing DeCock, who's given some great energy. 42.2 seconds left in the third, and Cruz on the second foul shot, around and out, no good. And the rebound is corralled by Waugh, his fifth. And with 35 seconds left, we'll see how Fairfield wants to play this. They have taken it all the way down each of the first two quarters from about this point of time. As Waugh able to get it after the attempted steal. Again, Cruz trying for a steal. Instead, they get it to Cryle. He'll shoot a three, no good. And the rebound to Foster, and he wants to push it, but he'll travel before he gets rid of it. Coach Parker asks him what he's doing. And Henry will come into the game, replacing Foster. 18.6 seconds to go, and Fairfield will have an opportunity to get the last shot here, with Oskaloosa leading by 15. Sanjiri slowly gets it across the timeline. Little horns look here. It is Deers to Simpson, high post, 5 seconds left. Good spin moving with the right hand. Look at the touch by Austin Simpson. Tucker, it'll count if it goes, but it hits the net at the top of the ceiling, and that'll do it. After 3 quarters of play, Oskaloosa has gained control of the game, but it's still in the balance, 46-33. Oski by 13. We'll take a short break and be back with the fourth after this on the No Coast Network.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Kevin. Kevin.
Kevin.
Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom? Thank
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
The fourth quarter about to begin. Oskaloosa with a 46-33 lead. They put up 84 on Fairfield last year. That's not happening this year. A lot of the long-range shots haven't fallen, but the defense has been solid, and especially present in that third quarter, allowing just 7 points for Fairfield. They did commit 5 fouls, however, so they will have to watch the foul situation. Sinjiri to start things off for the Trojans. Shooting at our right basket. Entry pass to Breen from Waugh. He rises and fires and hits. His first basket, Breen, first 2 averaged over 8.5 points a game last year. That was his first points of the game. And now Fairfield's defense is going to be on the clock as well. They have to stop Oskaloosa as they try to get back into this. Here's Henry. Nice stop, pop, spin over Simpson. He's got 12. 48-35. And you can afford to trade baskets if you're Oskaloosa, but I know Coach Parker would like his defense to continue to be stout. Sinjiri drives to the hole, draws contact on Tucker, and that'll be his third. All in this half. Sinjiri going to head to the line to shoot a pair. He's got 8. All of those were in the first half. Last year, 9 points per game. He seems like he's an improved offensive player. And the first one is good. Austin Simpson, who was not available for Fairfield last year, with 10, along with 5 rebounds, along with Waugh, that's the team high in boards. It's Sinjiri right there, looking for his 10th point at the line right now. And he's got it. 2 for 2. It is Yates, DeCock, Nunikoven, Henry, and Cruz, as Tucker gets another rest. Nunikoven from the right wing, over to Henry in the right corner. Cruz looking to post up, instead Henry goes on the drive, loses the handle. They rotate it around. Yates for 3. First points of the game for Ryan Yates, and it's a big 3-point shot. Waugh goes baseline, runs over Cruz, and it's a charge. Third foul on Waugh. And Oskaloosa's defense has done a great job of doing just that, suckering the offense in and taking the charge. That's at least a handful. With 6:44 left, the Indians by 14, leading 51-37. And Yates will walk it up the floor. Over to Nunikoven. Into the corner to Cruz. They do find Henry on the post. DeCock from the left wing. He fires a 3. That one just long. Cruz the rebound, drops it in to Nunikoven. They rotate it all the way around. Back to Henry. Look at the ball movement. Dropping it down to the baseline. Nunikoven to Henry. And they'll call him for a travel. Some good offense, though. I could watch that all day. Good passing, just trying to find an open man. Got to move without the basketball. As Nunikoven will get called for a foul, trying to beat Breen to the spot. It'll be his second. And the team's 7th, and it'll be free throws. So for the rest of the game, it's going to be free throws here for Fairfield. That could be a vehicle for them to try to work their way back into this game. They trail by 14, and that actually equals the largest amount they've scored in any quarter in this game so far. Breen to the line for the first time tonight and hits the front end. Foster into the game. He'll replace Nunakoven. So we'll have the three bigs running together again with Cruz, Henry, and Foster. Yates and DeCock are the guards. Engel will come in for Waugh. Colin Breen's second foul shot is good. Rattles it home. Yates will have it. More full court pressure, still in the man-to-man. Easy to break when it's not a trapping press. Yates able to get it across the timeline. And this is tipped out of bounds as DeCock was looking for Foster. Coach Parker tells him he was open. And Tanner says, yeah, I know. Stays with the Indians. Here's DeCock. Finds Cruz. Lobs it in for Foster. Juggled it and dunks it. Wasn't a hammer dunk. Was able to get up high enough to touch the rim and make sure that one wasn't going anywhere but down. Here's Simpson working on Foster. This is a tough matchup for Simpson. He's got some good skills, and he works his way into the paint anyways. It wasn't pretty, but he was able to finish it anyway. Foster just kind of worked his way out of position, trying to poke it away from him. Simpson really crafty. DeCock wide open, left corner three. Boom, baby. Second three ball for DeCock. And it's 56-41. Oski back up by 15 with 5:10 to go. Cryle, Sinjiri. He'll work it to the left, leave it for Breen. Breen picked up by Foster, a little pick and roll action. But losing the handle was Simpson. And the steal will be credited to Yates. They go into Foster. He'll go with the right-handed hook. No problem. 14 for him. DeCock's fifth assist. And timeout Fairfield. Coach Flattery thanks his team. Probably needs to get it going as fast as possible, as it'll be a 30-second timeout here. 58-41, largest lead for the Indians here at 17 points. Cruz leading the way with 19. Foster's got 14. Henry with 12. And Tanner DeCock a couple of huge threes. Yates hit a three in the second half as well. Spencer Tucker had 4 points in the first half, all on fast break layups. He's 0 for from downtown, but the rest of his teammates picking him up on the offensive end. And they are passing the ball well. 5 assists for DeCock in the game by my count. Henry's got 3, as does Tucker. 2 for Cruz, and an assist each for Yates and for Foster. It'll be Cryle, Sinjiri, Breen, Simpson, and Engel out there for the Trojans. The same unit stays out there for Oskaloosa with DeCock, Yates, Foster, Cruz, and Henry. Breen to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Sinjiri. They're trying to get it to Simpson down there. Breen will just pull up from 3 and hit. Showing off some range there. Henry behind the back dribble gets it into the front court. As the help comes, runs over a man, no foul called. Henry gets it right back, lobs it up for Foster, who posterizes Austin Simpson, who never saw him coming. Nice little layup for the assist, and Foster the finish. Breen with it on the left wing. The hedge on the give and go, or the pick and roll, I should say. Give the steal again to Yates. Here's Henry. Left-handed hook, no good. Foster looked like he may have hurt himself going for that dunk. Here comes Cruz all the way. As Cryle and Foster ran into each other down there going for the dunk. Dangerous play. The rebound leaked out, I believe by Cryle. Then the steal by Cruz. His 4th steal. Foster looks like he's at least decent enough to walk off to the sideline, but he's holding that left leg after the collision underneath the basket. He did come down very awkwardly. So take care of that. One of your cash cows. Cruz was fouled on the drive to the basket by Simpson, his 4th. Cruz misses the front end of this 2-shot trip to the foul line. Frantic action. Oski will go from very big to very small as Tucker came in to replace Foster. 0 for 2, but Henry had the rebound. It'll be a jump ball and stay here with the Indians. as Deers feisty on the glass. Cruz inbounds it to DeCock. Goes back to Cruz, down to Henry. Kick out, open three left wing. Tucker, no, it's just not there for him tonight, and the foul will be on Henry over the back. And that's free throws. So 3:42 left. Oskaloosa does have a pretty comfortable lead at 60-44. It should be a 1-and-1 here. It is a 1-and-1. Third foul on Henry. That's the 8th team foul. So Cryle will be shooting foul shots. He is 2 for 4 there today. And those are the only 2 points he's been able to muster. Granted, he's battling against one of the best front courts he'll probably see all year. The front end of the 1-and-1 from Cryle is on the way. In and out. It's just not his night. Cruz got the rebound. And that puts him in double-double territory. That's his 9th. Look at that drive. Lays it in. And one with the foul. 21 for him. And Henry with his 5th assist. Leading him perfectly. Cryle gets his 4th. The Oskaloosa crowd loving it. With 3:34 to go here in the 4th. A chance to make it a 19-point game. Again, missing the foul shot, but look at Henry go up over everyone for the board. And they'll settle it back down. Here's Tucker. Thought about the 3 instead, over to DeCock. He'll go back to the top. DeCock drives, leaves it for Henry. Left-handed hook in the paint, no good, and rebound loose. Everybody diving around for it, and eventually Sinjiri will pick it up. Over to Deers, into the corner. 3-point shot for Breen, no good, and it'll be a foul on Cruz, I believe. Going after the rebound. And it is on Cruz. It's number 3 on him, 9th team foul. And again, Carson Cryle to shoot a 1-and-1. A 73% foul shooter a year ago is 2 for 5 in this game and hasn't made a basket otherwise. In fact, hasn't gotten very many shots up. Front end is good this time. But with guys like Simpson, Breen, Sinjiri looking solid as well, when he does have a good game, this team is going to be tough to beat. Defensively, they've been pretty stout in this game. Cryle makes both here. He's got 4. Henry will bring it up the floor. 3 minutes to play. Oski by 16, 62-46. Henry breaking down Simpson, goes with a left-handed hook. Oh, all the way. You can't stop that. Simpson's a good offensive player, but his big body is tough with a height. Sinjiri takes a 3 and hits it. That's his 3rd 3. Sinjiri, I believe from the feed from Deers, is a foul on the reach as they're trying to tie up or get a steal on Cruz. It's not a free throw situation. They're going to talk about who it was. No, they're going to say Oski called a timeout before the foul. So, full timeout. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Oskaloosa will have it. They lead it by 15, 64-49, right here on the No Coast Network.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities. Where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success. Where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots. Proud to be a part of a community that shares our values. And grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
.232 left in regulation. Oskaloosa got off to a little bit of a slow start, just 9 first quarter points. 22 in the second, 15 in the third. They're already working on 18 here in the fourth with still 2:32 to go. Oskaloosa team that a lot of high hopes. One concern was Xavier Foster had an awkward fall a few minutes ago, but was able to walk off on his own power to the sideline. He looks like he's okay. Nobody's working on him or checking on him at this point, which is always good to see. So maybe he's just got a little bit of a ding, but likely not see him the rest of this game. Oskaloosa has it well in control. Nice pass from Henry to Cruz out of the timeout. Look at the block by Cryle. The save by Breen. Going the other way. And leaving that one short was Cryle trying to go in to the paint. Baseball pass to Henry, and he'll find an open look. But Oskaloosa will settle it back down. Good job by Tucker to wanting to push it, but maybe even a smarter decision by Henry just to slow it back down. Henry, Yates, 18-foot jump shot left wing. Off the mark to the right, Simpson the rebound. Quickly ahead to Deers. Back to Breen. Down by 15. The offense has to go quickly here for Fairfield. Up and under. Good defense by Henry, not allowing him to have the angle he wanted, and the rebound to Cruz. He's got 11 boards. Here is Henry all the way. Can't get the roll. Sinjiri the rebound. And he's going to push. He'll step into a 3 left wing. No good. Yates the board. And we're breaking down here toward the end of this one as Tucker gets into the front court. Over to DeCock. Left corner 3. It's been the spot. Can't get that one to go. Sinjiri, his 4th board. They'll get it into the front court. Cryle from the right wing, long. And Cruz will hustle for his 12th rebound. And Oskaloosa likely to slow it down here. Yates has it. Well outside the arc, about 25 feet away from the hoop on the left wing. Rotate it to Henry and then to Cruz on the right wing. DeCock gets it over to Yates, top of the key. DeCock, little motion offense here with 45 seconds left. Oskaloosa going to win their first game of the year. Tucker thought about that 3. Instead, they'll kick it back out and continue to run some clock. Little motion version of the old 4 corners that Dean Smith used to run at North Carolina. Henry into the paint. He'll go with the left-hand hook shot, no good. Simpson the rebound. The right corner. And before the 3 went in from Breen, timeout was called by Coach Flattery for the last 21 seconds to get a new unit in there. DeCock will be replaced as Nick Harrington will come in, as will Tucker Nunnikoven to replace Tucker. 20.8 left. Oski 64, Fairfield 49. And also Hunter Drish, a senior, into the game. The 3rd Drish we've seen tonight. A couple of girls playing basketball for Fairfield who picked up a win earlier tonight, 55-28 over Oskaloosa. Here's Engel. Engel over to Drish, right wing, back to Engel. 12 seconds left. Here's Waugh on the left wing, and he'll hit the 3. Aaron Haynes on the assist. Waugh last year just a 31% free throw shooter, 3-point shooter, and that'll be it. So it was a little testy for the first half, but Oskaloosa got things going and eventually won going away by a final score of 64-52, and the Indians improved to 1-0 to start the season. Fairfield 0-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show for you and let you know what's coming up the rest of the week right after this on the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Experience the Bruxfort's difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's, get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners, cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture, and find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Miranchito or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc. Member FINRA and
Final score tonight, 64-52. Oskaloosa gets the win in their season opener on the road at Fairfield. And, of course, Oskaloosa definitely with a lot of high expectations this year, and their three big guys able to get themselves important. With the three big guys all in double figures, 21 points for Jared Cruz, 16 points for Xavier Foster, and 14 for Cole Henry. Very impressive from those three guys. The first time we've really seen them together on the floor at length after last year. A lot of youth last year, of course, between the three of them. But this year we're going to see a lot of them on the floor as well. As Cruz, 12 points, or 12 rebounds rather, to go along with the 21 points. A huge double-double to start the year. He also had 2 assists and 4 steals. For Cole Henry, he had 14 points and 11 rebounds as part of a double-double and was tied with Tanner DeCock with 5 assists for a team high. He also had a block in the game. And Foster with his 16 points. I had him down for only just 1 rebound, but he was doing a lot of work boxing out those big bodies of Austin Simpson and Tristan Waugh down low. So good stuff from those three guys. Also in the scoring column, 6 points for Tanner DeCock, 4 for Spencer Tucker, and 3 for Ryan Yates. Also an important number was the 5 assists from Tanner DeCock. He was a good mover of the ball when it was coming your way. When it was coming his direction, he was not settling for the outside shots, but did hit a couple of big threes in the game. On the other side for Fairfield, leading the way was Dante Sinjiri. He had 13 with 4 rebounds and assists and a couple of steals. Also in double figures was Austin Simpson. He had 12 to go along with 7 rebounds after the long layoff. Didn't play last year due to injury. He's back this year and doing as much as he could for this Fairfield team, and it'll be interesting to see how he, along with Carson Krylo, only had 4 points and 5 rebounds tonight. We'll see how they do. That was your leader on both points and rebounds last year for Fairfield, and we'll see how he fits in with Simpson back in the fray for this team. So Oskaloosa, a big win by a score of 64-52. We'll take one more break and come back and wrap it up when we return right after this on the No Coast Network.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Holding, number 79, defense, first down. I'm also holding a party tonight.
Great call by the official. Looks like we've got another flag on the field.
Holding, a Pepsi. Necessary refreshment.
Hey, Ted, bring some of that Pepsi to my party.
Pepsi and the NFL. Welcome to the Fun Doesn't End Zone.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
Back here one final time, live from the Fairfield High School Gymnasium. Final scores tonight for both the boys and the girls. On the girls' side, it was Fairfield getting a 55-28 win. Oskaloosa falls to 0-2 on the season. Fairfield now 2-0. And in the first boys basketball game of the year, Oskaloosa gets a win by a final score of 64-52 over Fairfield. They are 1-0. Fairfield 0-1. Oskaloosa will be back in action this Friday at home against Pella Christian to start Little Hawkeye Conference play. Do not miss it, as the Indians will be taking on the Eagles live in their home opener at the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium. Start time 6 p.m. for our broadcast, 6:15 for the girls varsity game to start with that doubleheader against Pella Christian coming up on Friday night. Also, be sure to check out our brand new unveiling of the William Penn University men's and women's basketball teams. Will have their doubleheaders throughout the Heart of America Athletic Conference starting tomorrow night. So be sure to join us at around 5:15 or so for the first tip-off for the women's game, as the Statesmen will be at home, and we'll have those on Wednesdays and Saturdays throughout the season as well. So be sure to join us for that, as well as South by South Central on 104.9 FM KBOE, always on Wednesday nights at 5:15. You can always check out Hy-Vee Homestretch as well on Thursday nights at 6 o'clock at your hometown Oskaloosa Hy-Vee. For everybody, including our director, Titus Letzering, and back at our No Coast Network studios, Kenny Jones. This is Emery Sunger signing off as Oskaloosa splits with the boys getting a win, the girls dropping a game against Fairfield, and you heard it and watched it live right here on the No Coast Network.
This has been Oskaloosa Indians basketball action on the No Coast Network.
Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxfort's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug.
This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network. This has been